We even have
Very tomato puree, boys.
Good
cameras,
internet.
all our cameras. We don't have a Hazel.
Hazel.
No, hey. No, Jordan.
It does
It's
seem
the
the
No,
camera.
that one also needed to
It
move.
needed to be centered. All right.
There we go.
Shockingly.
More?
No, that's good.
Okay.
Tiny little bit more, maybe?
That's good.
Maybe a little more.
Or Erica
There
could
you
just
go.
be like friendly with Jordan or something. Yeah, I get it. Believe me.
There's
We understand. But
Caleb sat,
tough.
he sat next to
I
me.
guess I'll
for-
get in character and like Jordan.
There we go. Yeah, we're friends in this game.
We're friends.
We're friends.
This character likes you.
It's that one.
Sick burn from Tully from Beyond the Grave?
Yeah.
Not the grave! Not the grave! She's fine!
Wait, they didn't even bury her?
Wasted.
She was cremated.
From Beyond the
Just
Lake.
roll 400 more
Yeah.
times. You're fine.
Wasted.
I don't know if you saw what we decided for Heisel's mini. A literal hag holding a basket of food.
That's really good.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
surprisingly good.
Yep.
Cool. Welcome, everyone. We're going to play some Mihraen tonight.
ever think you'd be
Among
the
the things that
normal
happened last
character?
time, Jordan, you got a bomb maker's kit.
Yeah,
Let
I
the
did.
record show I made that.
did?
I'm pretty happy with the results. We'll see how
Good. The
how
bombs.
busted it all gets. But there is my favorite part in there
Bombs.
is
Depends where the bomb
amongst your bomb preparation stuff that you can do, there is a chance that the bomb just blows up on you, and I really it's not a high chance, you know?
But it is a chance.
It is a chance.
It's okay. I gave Lenny an item that is supposed to blow up
Double
on him.
one.
Sure. Soda.
And it's a much higher
I see
chance
why.
than this, and it's never blown up on him once.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good about the odds.
Oh, the Mega Man blaster.
Yeah, the arm cannon is.
I will fire
Okay.
that thing no matter whose lives are in danger. Mega Man blaster. If you think I'm not going to
It's
use
never-
that and roll
it's-
for danger,
It's never
Uh,
blown up.
I had to
What's
chrono
up,
shift it
danger?
once.
I was gonna say
Oh, man.
you can chronal shift though.
Yeah, but it's not an ideal
I do
use of
not
it.
Yeah.
But
have good
Well,
intelligence.
it can be.
But I
If
will
it's about to
help
blow
you.
up.
Oh, let's go.
I
Yeah,
will
sure, fine.
absolutely help
Lock
you make your
it
bombs. I have a minus one.
There
but
is a
for
there is
you-
a period of time where you have to learn how to use it though.
Yes, I did say I'm very excited.
I saw that.
I'm very excited.
And then I figure, you know, that it's set up in such a way, there's like, you probably look at it and you're like, wow, there's a lot of like words here to do one thing, but I set it up so that we can like, you know, potentially add to it in the future.
100%. No, this is a great, phenomenal spot to start. I think it's gonna be great.
Anyway, what happened last session? Stefan, tell me something.
Well, Zeke's fanboys showed up.
Zeke Stan!
We were gonna get a room with all of us in there, but Zeke wasn't having that. So he went to get another room, but instead he got us kicked out of his room and got a separate room. And so we were all gonna sleep downstairs until someone pulled a switcheroo. Was it Jordan? Was it Kevin? Someone
I tried to
I think Reese.
bet them for it, but nobody wanted to fight.
I don't know why.
But they wanted to fight me, but with the person that couldn't see, who turned out to be huge.
Huge.
Good take.
I mean,
Her.
Her.
yeah, true.
That's right.
And
Which was a
but
large
eventually we
room
did
that
switch
you
room, and we got our room back, and Zeke wasn't sleeping there. But that was good by him because he wasn't
intending to in the first place.
right. So it all worked out. He wasn't with Heisel, which was most important for him.
That was the initial intention.
Yeah. We got a bomb maker's kit.
We
What?
scared a child.
No, it was a grown man.
It was a grown
It was a grown
Yeah.
man.
I thought it was a kid.
No, it's a grown man who's like, Grandma?
Oh, yeah.
Heisel had fun with the message spell. Just random shot, message spell. It's fine.
What shop were we at that we
It was Tinkering Tater Tots.
Tin Tut to Tinker's Tools?
Hang on.
Tinkering tater tots.
The guy that Jordan met outside the city.
Tintuit Tinker's Tools. There we go.
Yeah, I realized afterwards. We never introduced names, but he would have introduced himself before the end there
Jordan's first
Stanley.
apostle.
as Tintut Tecker.
Tintut Tecker?
Tintut Tecker.
10 to
But we never met the Tinker guy. He was
which
gone.
was him.
Tintut Tecker. Jordan met him.
You did?
Outside the city walls.
Oh.
And he is he is rebranding as holders of the torch.
Yep.
Unconfirmed.
Jordan.
Oh, that would have
Jordan-
burned so bad to come out my nose.
Jordan,
Ginger
Jordan
will do that.
Also,
Almost.
in a moment in the last game, realized he had wasted the months he had been in this world, not becoming the namesake to bring flight
It
to
was tough.
Mihraen.
Yeah, we
That's
did
right.
the natural
Not
gas.
having a brother really just hurts your chances.
It is tough
in
in this world.
We can fix that.
Yeah.
We could look. Yeah, come on.
Have you confirmed he's not?
Have you talked
I
to
have
the
not.
cat?
That's such a
the
good
right
point.
brother.
Have you
That's such a
asked-
good
Have
point.
you asked
Man,
the cat to
No.
bring one in?
that's going on the list. Well, I'm working on the bomb tonight.
Yeah. Your one brother's a pastor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bring him in. Bring
him.
Jesus.
There we go. We'll get
Light
it.
and religion.
No, we made it to. I talked to a guy who's trying to
Related?
expose government control via electricity, not 5G towers.
Oh boy.
It was
5E towers.
5E towers.
5E
towers.
Look, any tower in this game is a 5e tower.
That's what's
True.
happening.
And the game is controlled that, so
And we did talk about the feasibility of a war balloon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find
If
this.
you thought I was gonna forget about that,
Eh.
I
Canvas
think it was
exists.
yesterday, maybe Saturday. I was driving with Molly, and I said, "The guys might try making a war balloon.
yeah.
We'll see if they remember."
Come on.
It's an avatar. How hard could it be?
You don't know all the things you've forgotten.
Exactly. No, we will.
You
Heisel's
could
all
make
for
This
it.
looks
war
really cool.
balloon.
I could. Yeah, we
You,
could.
Jordan.
It's the Kaleidoscope
Jordan
Festival.
could make a
Mihraen Jordan could make one. I would argue that Cleveland Jordan could try.
Given
Given
the
the
Given the-
resources,
yeah.
given the resources,
Given
And
the
time.
resources, and also the dude who literally has like machinery in this town as helping you for maybe making, like maybe the like engine of
Yeah.
sorts you might have trouble with, but like that
We
guy
can get there.
exists.
I will say it's a feasible thing. Like
a
if
reasonable-
you,
We're making it.
Yeah.
I'm
Even if it's
I
in
was-
retirement after we finish the adventure.
I was trying to
eventually
strike the
there will be a
balance
war
between
balloon.
like how much do I tell you guys up front versus like let you try stuff, but like it would be a reasonable thing for you to at least try to do, you know, especially given like you're currently wearing a suit of like
Power
battle
suit,
tech
yeah.
armor and can kind of create gadgets on a whim.
My man's been wearing,
Constructing a war balloon?
Reasonable.
my man's wearing Fallout armor.
It's canvas. We're collecting P for the leather for this balloon. Alright.
The Iron Brotherhood.
What was the water weird tank? What was that called? You had that.
Yeah,
Yeah. What was that called again?
I still have it.
I'm gonna make that, but for oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna use that, but for curing leather.
Yeah, I forget. There's a better version of it though.
There is a better version of it. All right.
Note to self: don't leave red on here.
It goes away eventually.
Well, I still know that the hideout was red.
See, that's why I've been using.
Wasn't it orange?
Ish.
Or was it red?
Green is good.
It was-
bad to
it was
it.
Let's
red.
go. Green. Why was that?
Greens
green?
go to the hideout.
Blue, no.
Why was
Reds
it
run to
green?
the hideout.
Oh my gosh.
Blues book it to
Green
the
was
hideout.
Bantor.
Green was
Blue
go-
is bad.
Green was go to
Red.
Bantor.
Red is hideout.
Red is hideout. Red is run. Red is run to the hideout.
So we ended the session with you all coming up on the
Ventur.
excuse me, oh my goodness, on the large city of Bantor, sitting up on a 60-foot huge graystone plateau with very sheer sides, covered in. You see some grass, some moss, and some sort of growth around the bottom, but it looks like the foliage around here has been kind of largely cut back. The forest has been cut back to about several hundred feet from the wall to give some clearance and some safety for the city. There are farms and some small little settlements popping up around Bantur, something that you don't really see around Karet or Juilaka. But the Greystone Road begins to slope up again, and without any cut pieces of stone, just a singular piece of stone that slopes up as a ramp that eventually, well, actually, no, it doesn't. It's not an elegant like bridge that sort of is cutting through the air. It's a slab of stone that just comes up sheer, going up to the city.
That slab of stone's really inelegant.
Yeah. Making its way up to the city, you with your large caravan that you convinced to go from Juilak up to Bantour, make your way up to the city gates. Anything you would like to do before then?
Making our way downtown.
We robbed the caravan.
In front of the city gate.
Heisel is just stuck like glue to Zeke, asking him about all the restaurants in town.
Don't know him. Never been. I think Jordan knows.
But you're from Bantour, right?
He is.
Are there any scenic spots to check out?
Yeah, actually, you can't go in here though. You should probably like go around to the other side. Of the city.
Where's that? The arena that you fight at that Torhel's been talking about this entire
Yeah,
trip.
no, they probably moved it.
The famous moving fighting arena of Bantour.
I saw a show about that once. They just pushed it across town.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like a flash mob,
Probably.
except fighting.
Yeah.
Never know what's gonna happen.
So as you
knows,
continue making your way up to the city, you get to the gates, and at the gates, the security feels a little more tight than you've seen, especially at Juilaka, where you basically just got glanced over and waved through, and Kret is your hometown. Zeke, this is probably nothing surprising to you. Reese and Drent, this is the security feels a little bit tighter than previous times that you might have been to the city, where other times, there's always guards sort of glancing at people, but here they're stopping, they're running some inspections, they're looking through merchandising and making sure that everything, that there's no contraband is what it seems like.
Are guns contraband?
Not to your knowledge, no.
Okay, good.
No, you wouldn't have heard anything
I
like
feel like
that.
I would have known that would have been. Yeah, okay.
So this is probably a conversation that we would have had prior to like getting to the literal gates, as I am holding a backpack of doom. Is there another way into the city that we can take?
That was very fair.
uh,
Isn't the aura suppressed because we're using the
Yeah.
daggers touching?
I'm still not letting these randos touch it though.
yeah, there should be.
It's tight getting into the city. The
Zeke knows
How high can you throw it?
the sewer system doesn't empty
Out.
into a visible location out here, and so the only real ways into the city are on these massive ramps.
Because I mean, even if it did empty out, it's on a plateau, so it could just empty off the side.
Yeah,
So
Are they like going through people's backpacks though, or is it just like what's in your wagon?
it's not a super
in your
thorough
wallet?
search, but it seems like sometimes they might glance at a backpack, sometimes they might glance in a wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Just random spot checks.
Okay.
This heightened security makes me think that the little jackrabbit has sent a message.
no, I mean it's probably because of the murders going on around the city.
What?
Excuse me?
Oh yeah.
Oh
they
yeah, I
said-
didn't tell you guys about that.
Has the
Well, I don't know if they're murders.
My
but
reputation
there's-
precedes
have
me.
they conveniently
It's
stopped
outside
since you
the
left
city.
the city?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't tell you guys that there's some
It's been a
kind
time
of
of peace in the
a
city.
bunch of people dying on the outsides of the city.
On the outside.
And the guards died too, apparently. They sent a bunch of chumps out. They don't know what's doing it. Yeah, didn't seem important.
I bet someone's offering at least 300 gold to a group to figure that out.
I mean, you find him first.
You could.
So are we?
To the slopes.
Are we going in the front or not?
I mean,
Sounds like there is not an
there's
option
not an
aside from the
alternative
front.
by the sound of
We
it.
did not bring our flying wheelchair friend to cheat the system, so.
Head back to Drewlock and make a war balloon.
Oh, we have a friend.
I'm sure they'll never notice.
Yeah.
That would be much.
We go.
more.
We go back to Corette. We nicely ask Hodrick to like give us a letter that says, "These guys are cool. I like them. Let them pass without inspection." I'm sure that.
Also, don't worry about this doll.
Yeah.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
he,
Think
that
about
he
the doll.
absolutely would want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
do
yeah.
we want
It's foolproof.
to have Reese?
Well, I don't know. What's up with
You
the
do.
doll?
I mean, you do have
Or
Jordan
hide
in your
in a
party, though.
wagon.
That's quite the
I
fool.
feel like that would make it worse.
Yeah, I feel like hiding it if they find
Yeah,
it.
I think I'm just gonna like
Walk.
claim that it's a piece of art.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's just a big ass statue
With
or
knife
a
taped
carving.
to it.
It's not. It's like in the wraps.
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's
don't,
right,
just,
yeah.
we don't just have it slapped on the outside and we're just like, don't worry about the blade.
Sir, why are you carrying this art piece into town? Are you selling it?
It's
or-
fragile.
Sure, but it's not.
Look, I hired in with these.
I'm just
guys.
expecting. I'm expecting them to ask questions about this art piece that you're bringing in. That's all.
It's kind of a weird looking doll, almost porcelain-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got told to bring it up here.
Is the doll the thing that makes things quiet around you?
Nope.
Is it
Don't
the
worry.
thing that makes
I
me
think you'll
now
be-
want to puke around?
Hey, you stand away from him. I'm sure that attention will be drawn elsewhere.
Oh, I'll stay right by you then.
No.
I mean, it's not terrible. Where are we going, by the way, when we get in the city?
Give me a marching order as you guys walk in.
I am next to Zeke.
Are you
I
leading
will
or no?
attempt to not be next to
So I think we, like-
in any capacity.
I'll go.
We want to
Something
let the
tells me
caravan
that will
start
take
to go in first.
More
So
commotion than you're willing to cause.
we just like we go in like between.
But your intention is noted.
Between caravan groups, right? So
Try-
there's a couple
try
different
me,
merchants.
Zeke.
Yeah.
So like the first caravan group goes in, and we'll just try and follow the first group in before the second one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doing what we were doing. Which
Is this Badger actually
walking
with
as
us?
Guards of
No.
the caravan.
Yeah.
It's with us.
Badger's gone.
In
Badger
spirit.
lasts like an hour.
It's with us in spirit.
No, it's a real badger.
The most convincing performance
Seem
of
reasonable.
Guards of the Caravan.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Very reasonable.
Heading that way.
It's kind of in like in each phase it's like height order, right? We have Reese the tallest, then Zeke, and then behind him Jordan, who's slightly shorter.
Well, not with these shoes on, I'm telling you.
Puts lifts in his battle armor.
100%.
No, these are necessary.
Yeah.
Hydraulics and the soles
These
of
are
his shit.
these are tactical.
Instead of like a forehead lamp, it's like on the top.
Right.
You go to you go back to back to like measure up to each other, and you just.
Yeah, use your
That's the gadget you need to make is the auto height incrementer, so you're always just a little bit taller than whoever.
Yeah.
He's standing next to Reese, and there's
Just
just
shoots up.
You see poles like on him from the back.
Just bounces up in the air a little bit.
I'm at a pole. I'm at a pole.
Okay, so yeah, the first wagon goes through. The guards stop them, and they do a pretty thorough search of the first wagon, but they don't find anything particularly interesting, and so they wave it on through. As you all walk through behind it, they sort of glance you over, but they don't seem to make any motion to stop you until they look at Hazel for a little bit,
Tip my hat.
tip your hat, and like a mushroom just kind of
Yeah,
falls
it
off.
I pick it up and then I eat it. Can't let that go to waste.
That's okay. Go ahead. Just kind of waves you through, more confused than concerned. But they don't seem to give the wrapping a second thought. And as you guys go through the gate, they'll wave the rest of the caravan through behind you. And I imagine you wait around for a little bit for the caravan to kind of come through and make sure that everything's okay. The second wagon that goes through gets a little more inspection to it. They start pulling a couple things out, and something seems to spark their interest. It looks like it's mostly different crops in that one, but yeah. They eventually wave everyone through, and the who was it? Aidwith, the guy you all met that was leading this troop of caravans that sort of gathered everyone together, will thank you for your help and be on his way with the caravans.
Later.
Bye.
I could have gotten paid for this.
Just
Wait,
Cornell
we agreed with.
leave?
We agreed to trade our rooms for guarding them. Or we got our rooms because
Reese really wanted to bed.
I don't blame him. Beds are pretty great.
And a bath.
I didn't care what was happening.
As long as you were not in the same
Room as Heisel.
Right. That was made
Your
very
new
clear.
best friend.
Yeah, the four of you shared a room, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That probably smelled bad.
Yeah.
Not for me.
I'm sure.
I mean, Drent works with piss all day, so he's probably used to it.
I literally carried a piss
Don't
barrel
smell like
into
I-
it.
yeah.
Smell like swamp.
Yeah.
I'm
Excuse.
saying he's used to smells.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
He's used to smells. He
I've never
on
smelled
his
anything
sheet he has
before in my life.
resistance to smells.
Yeah, it says that right here.
Yeah. So, as you come into Bantor, you see a city that is vastly different than the small outlying towns that you've seen in the past, where you've seen mostly sort of stately, simplistic, carved stone structures that are squat, that are small, that are very, they're exactly the right size to get the job done. Here, you really see architecture resembling art for maybe the first time, or the first of the cities that you've seen. Zeke would be used to it. Reese and Drent, you've seen it before, but nonetheless, it's still impressive.
It's just insane. I'm just always taken aback.
But you see tall stone structures, still mostly of the gray stone, but here there's a little more colorful accent to it, a little more decoration. Still overall nothing, like say Parisian, like high elegance that we might have here, but we get you have some tall structures, some more lavish buildings, especially here at the beginning. You're in kind of this merchant district at the southern end of the city of Bantor. There are vendors sort of selling their wares along the side streets, but really the choice is up to you with where you would like to go, what you would like to do.
Well, we're here to eventually charter a boat, right?
Trying to find that rich. Also, I just wanted to say one more thing for the recap. Singular pieces without cracks, without creases. That is a description of Bantor. And Caleb was spitting bars. I have it written down.
Channeling the inner bard.
TA bars or no bars? Bars.
You guys are gonna get a boat? Where are you taking the boat to?
To a smaller boat.
We're gonna.
Yeah, sure.
There's these ancient, like magic
What
deities.
what?
Is it not?
They're more beings than deities, right?
It's unclear at this
Bro, who is this woman? Why are you telling her?
point. I mean, this is. Yeah. Look, if she's gonna
Puzzle.
believe that, I feel like she can hang out. Like, that's the thing. She's like, if she's just gonna take that at face value, this is good for us. Like,
Yeah, that's what I would say.
That's like. But unrelated, we're gonna go to the. Unrelated, we're going to the glacier.
What's a glacier?
It's ice.
So you would actually have some awareness
Okay.
of the Iron Welt
Okay,
and
okay.
just the vast ice area.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, I guess I'm kind of nearish there.
You're not super close, but it's just like you know where Bantor is. You know, you would even probably have some idea of the Mecthoilk, the jungle at the northern end of the map. You know, these are large features of the continent where even if you haven't been there personally,
So
you've talked to people
it's a
that
jungle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I guess I assumed that
Northern jungle.
my folks were more insulated from things than.
you're insulated from
South
much of society, but
North and south, sword north.
but you have a
Sword
strong
north jungle, dude.
you would have at least a vague understanding of the large like natural features of the continent.
Sword south,
Sword
which is
south.
also a jungle.
Okay, cool.
Correct.
You know, because you have people that have like traveled out and people that have traveled in, people that have even just like stumbled into your swamp.
Cool.
Probably literally. Talking donkeys.
Well, Glacier sounds amazing. Glacier sounds amazing. Have you seen one before?
Have I seen one before? No, actually, no. I have not seen a glacier before.
Oh.
I've seen pictures of one.
Pictures. Like someone drew one for you?
I just like.
Yeah. I mean, it's more complicated than that.
We're just walking while this conversation's happening.
Yeah.
So where are we going first?
I assume that there is a
What's happening?
Can we just like.
a one or two sort of standard taverns that
Someone
the type of folks that
encourage
get
everyone
work
to perform
guarding
somewhere.
caravans and traveling go to while the rich yuppies go elsewhere.
Yeah, so there absolutely is. There's a like some working class taverns, especially I'm guessing you two probably frequent the same one because it's the one that's closest to the southern end of the city here. There
It's the whole business model.
I can't remember. Like I'll be honest, I don't remember where Rich said that she would meet you, but there. For the sake of where we're at now, we'll
I
say
think
that
at the time I feel like I remember saying a place that I would know in Bantor that at the time I obviously didn't know.
okay.
Still
I
don't, but
couldn't
like,
remember if
tried to
Right.
arrange
Either way.
some way to get messages.
I remember that it was established like we would meet
think so.
somewhere,
Yeah,
but I couldn't remember if it was
Yeah.
at like
to
the
like drop it out.
pub you would know or the pub that she would normally go to.
Gotcha. Yeah, I probably
Not saying those are different things, but
they're probably.
I thought it had like white in the name.
I probably would have just said, like, I'll leave word at this tavern, the one that I would stay at. I
Yeah.
guess.
so the
So even if it's not immediate, if she's checking at some interval, eventually
sure.
could get word
Um,
for the bird.
Yeah, so the tavern the tavern that you would normally stay at is called Suds on Stout.
Studs on stout.
Suds on
Suds
Stout.
on stout.
Suds on stout.
Studs on.
Suds on spud.
Suds on.
All right, now what was
Now I
it
want
again?
spud nuts.
Because I've said many things that it is not. Suds
on stout.
Will me telling you change that?
I will at least write down the thing you say.
Suds on Stout.
Sud Sun's Tout.
Sun's out.
Sud,
Sun's
Sun,
Ah, man, say
Suns.
less.
There you go. Yeah.
Sun's up.
Buds on Trout.
Burn.
Okay, so how do you know about these magic gods?
Duds on Pout.
Did you meet one?
Maybe that's conversation for indoors.
Yeah, it's complicated. That one, I'm not as happy about that story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Need some alcohol for that one.
I just realized where your head is, and I love it.
So are you heading straight there then?
Yeah.
I didn't know. So, obviously, in the city, there'd be a bunch of shops that you could look around for. Zeke, you have you've been here. You would have some things that you might want to do. just to give you all an idea of like things you could do. There's also just like spots throughout the city, but
We're fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Not ideal, but
We're
fine.
good.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Actually good. Is there gambling to be had?
Let me tell you about the gambling.
Let's go.
I would like to know about these moving fighting pits that I keep hearing so much about.
My pizza's down there. Please be fine. Please be fine.
You're good.
It's backed up, right?
Nope.
Okay, great.
It's on GitHub.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
backed up.
Oh,
That's
that's
backed up.
fine.
Just take
That's
me
backed
2
up to
days
the
to
cloud.
install
I was gonna say
it.
that's like
yeah.
that's an extra. That's a solid level.
That's about as backed up as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the installation process is a little backed up. Oh.
Nah, you're good. That was not much damage done. So there's gambling here?
I mean, it's a city.
Do they gamble on like fights or cards
Certainly that.
dice or
And you could
There's-
probably find somebody on any. Find some
Yes,
seedy,
you are.
find some seedy corner or seedier part of town. There's probably somebody playing dice.
I mean, I think it'd be cool to see where you used to perform.
as you guys walk through the city, it's pretty clear to give you a sense of scale. The Bantor is roughly an order of magnitude larger in size, in population than Corette. It's a large city, and so just kind of the amount of carousing that you might expect to find there, you can probably find
Correspondingly ramped up.
about as much gambling as you really want to.
Looking for $5 blackjack.
Yep.
You
So
can find
the-
it, but not
The
on the strip.
rarest of all games.
Suds on Stout isn't terribly far. It's a little bit northways into the city, and not terribly far off any main roads. You're not having to venture into any odd back alleys.
What's wrong with back alleys?
You know, undesirables. I just stare at Zeke.
Who do you mean by that?
People up to no good.
People with their guns out, you know.
Yeah. People fighting.
At the back
As
alleys
I
where
haven't
fun
been
things
out.
happen.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
She wants to go to the back alley.
I was just
I
waiting
want
for
to
guns
go
out
It's
jokes
best
from
if you
Zeke.
go
you know.
alone.
I was
Oh,
studying
Zeke,
the
Yeah,
she
yeah.
showed me the
I
sights.
felt
sorry.
the
Famously
set.
safe.
and then nothing.
the ball just lands on your side of the net. Oops.
Someone runs screaming out in terror from the back alley after I go in.
That is what I would expect.
So you all get to Suds on Stout, and it's pretty early in the day, so there's not a whole lot of traffic in here. Most people are likely at work, but as you walk in, Drent and Reese, you would recognize the sort of stoutly Goliath Engerg from who runs Suds on Stout. Let me see here.
What is he?
AHN''GHERG.
It was Goliath.
ENG ERG.
I committed to one letter of this name because I'm like, there's no way that's right.
Goliath.
no way that's right.
ENGERG?
Come on.
Yeah.
I threw an apostrophe in there. Ingerd.
Is this? Oh,
Like
that's right. Okay.
England,
Okay.
Inglair.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Suds on Stout. It's a bit early, but can I interest you in a drink? Have I have alcohol, water. You all call beer. I have real beer.
What makes
Would
it
you
real?
care? Or lunch?
Or not?
I have meat. Well, I'm sorry.
What makes it real?
It tastes like real beer.
What does real beer taste like?
Oh, I can. Would you like to try some
I would love to.
here? What do you normally drink?
Water. That's like most of it. Yeah.
Oh, you might want other beer, water beer.
But it's real. How can I not try the real beer?
Okay. He gets like just a very small like kind of a shot glass, which looks dainty in his fingers. He's a Goliath with kind of like light tan skin, but he's not quite as tall as Reese is, but he's wider, almost like a dwarfly proportioned Goliath, if you will. As he grabs a shot glass between his two fingers and puts some liquid into it from a cask and hands it to you, and it just looks like oil. There's a thin brown foam on top that quickly clings to the edge, but as you tilt it around, it looks
Viscous.
a little thinner than molasses.
Oh, jeez.
Curdled Guinness.
I
say that.
My
just
gosh.
dunk it back one shot.
Yeah. It actually pours out pretty smoothly, but it's heavy. But it like as soon as it hits your mouth, you get this burning sensation which is partly from the alcohol and partly from whatever is fermenting to make this strong beverage.
One
It's
meat plate
sludge.
and one beer flavored water for me, please.
We'll also have the Bud Light.
Yes. Your name, Reese, right? It's been a while. Welcome, and you, Gunboy.
That. Pretty close.
Gunboy. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have real name or?
Drent, yes.
Drent. I knew that. Who are your friends?
Zeke and Jordan.
My name is Heisel, the Wind's Caller.
Pocket sand.
Flow.
Oh, Heisel, you followed us here. Oh.
The Spirit Speaker, the Road Wanderer. Pleased to meet you.
The spirit speaker. You talk to ghosts. What have they been saying?
I haven't talked to one. You want me to talk to one right now? I can talk to one right now.
Oh, I would not deign to impose myself on your
It's fine.
practice.
I'm talking about it. Here, I'll call one up right now. And
I thought you were about to pull out your phone. Just be like, hello.
I'm starting to get what you guys are saying here. This is concerning.
You're only not picking that up.
I like that you have also limped into the same Zeke gimmick too.
Well,
Just like
Well, actually, him and I before
We started
while
that
you
way.
were out.
Yeah.
Him and I
okay,
were
okay.
walking, and I was like, we gotta ditch her and bend to her. Like, this can't fly, man.
That might mean something different to you than it does to him when you say ditch her.
Sure.
ooh.
hang on. I have to pull up my character
Okay.
sheet. Apologize.
Why are we
Gonna go the way of Tully.
Gotta tell her.
Old
Tully.
Tell me about the bunnies, Hazel.
Characters done by a gun execution.
Tell me about the bunnies. How are you gonna take care of them?
But we were both
1d6.
anti.
I will
Zeke was
actually
more-
tear up thinking about
Zeke was
that.
more anti.
So
I joke about it and then immediately regret it. I'm just like, no, I'm so
Anti-Hazel.
sorry.
I
Yeah,
want to do my
yeah, you have
tales
like a thing.
from beyond. I want to summon. I want to determine a tale, and Heisel will take off her hat.
Is that
pull-
from? One sec. I just need to. I need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
pull it up.
Zeke, this is our chance to sneak out.
You're
Just
darn
gonna
right it is.
invent my
is
spiritual
the
focus.
perfect-
If that's
It's not
okay.
taking as long as it is.
This would be the perfect opportunity to sneak out.
Who are you targeting?
Okay, so I'm not like I'm not
If you don't want to like.
I'm not bestowing a tail. I'm just determining it. So. It says,
Interesting.
I'm gonna reach out to spirits who tell their tales through me, and roll the dice.
Oh, so you
see which story I get.
Another animal spirit.
Just creepy.
Okay, so this is so you could like. Realistically, you could like do this at the beginning of the day and just have it like.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
want to make a
cool.
show of it. Heisel's been saving it until someone asked her.
Go ahead. And
Okay.
this.
So I don't know what a spiritual focus has to be.
Before we meet
but,
back up.
Well, it's whatever.
Okay.
I think I assumed it was probably like at the end of your staff, maybe.
Yeah. So she
I told
She
you to take the
takes her hat off, sets it down. Gotta let the spirit just get into the hair a bit.
And Engerg is
What-
it like ever since the wind sort of gusted him lightly, he was just like, ooh.
What does your hair look like under the hat? Is it just
Oh,
normal?
it is just a massive, like, it like kind of is like damped down by the hat, and then I take it off and it just springs back up, full fro.
Evil science.
I'm picturing like Hocus Pocus level
Yes.
I'm imagining a bird flies in and like nests in.
of, or out.
Or out, one of the two.
There might
Take that
like
up.
there might be a
And a
little
green
moss
beard.
growing in there.
Yeah.
But
Moss, moths, me.
and so she takes her staff and she closes her eyes, and the staff just glows ever so slightly, and
Quicker eyes closed.
and she just opens herself up to the spirits of Bantur and asks for a story. I got 5.
This is the story of Bentor.
The whole world.
Got it in
I
your
got.
head.
Oh, and so then she'll just. I don't know. How many shenanigans happen when I call this tale?
Oh, I'll let you run some shenanigans.
Okay, alright.
How many shenanigans would you like?
Just can it be like her like the wind starts just gently swirling around her a little bit, and then she opens her eyes with a flash, and as she opens her eyes, there's a little burst of red light as the staff bursts a little bit too.
We've seen magic, but this is like
Encountering necromancy for the first time.
yeah, basically.
But just real quick, and then it fades, and then she just smiles and say, "I have a vengeful story to tell."
Is it a threat? Am I being detained?
Do you want to tell the story? Do you want to tell a story?
Yes. Mechanically, this is dumb, but it's fine. I'm making friends.
Friend?
Uh-huh.
There's a
Alright.
different spell.
So you don't
A friend.
oh, you hold on to it
I can
until
hold on to it, and then I can touch someone to bestow a tale upon.
you can
So I'll
still
say,
tell the tale
I have-
without bestowing
okay,
it.
okay. Now there is a vengeful spirit roaming the streets of Bantur, slain by a close friend, seeking for vengeance. And then she'll reach out a hand. Does anyone want the story?
Just wait.
Bartender.
I think Zeke and Jules.
He'll reach out if no one else
like-
does.
Yeah, and
Backing
I'll
up
touch
towards
his
the door.
hand, and I will
If you're not already gone.
bestow the tale.
Okay.
Okay.
That stuff.
And then I will say, okay, someone punch him. You have a minute.
Excuse me?
Punch him, punch him,
What?
punch him. Do you punch him? It'll
I
be
mean,
fine.
they can try.
It'll only hurt a little bit.
See, this is all you.
I would like to have, while this was going on, try to have left the prior to this moment.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oh, I did. It's 13.
You tied my passive perception.
Hazel would have picked up on it, but I do think in that moment, Jordan probably said, "Steve, this is all you." Turns around and
Gone. Oh yeah, 100%. I saw nothing.
just Batman out of there.
I let it go. I'm making new friends.
Why are we hitting him?
Something fun will happen. Do you want to see?
I also just
Double 20.
threw down a double 20 for nothing, like setting the dice down.
Yeah.
Double 20 does nothing. It's a good night for it.
I will shock and grasp him.
What?
Is that not the same? That's the same thing.
This man has
Then why did you say that
classic
instead of just
Jordan.
punching?
He has literally no idea how to just punch him. I use my highest damage melee ability.
No.
It's like, oh yeah,
2d6 lightning damage or a punch.
Yeah, most people are like, oh, okay, I unarmed strike them. Not Jordan.
I put my finger
This
in
is
the
my
cast
supreme grasp, baby.
Disintegrate.
He needs a little.
I cast disintegrating punch.
He needs a little damage dealt to him. Power word kill.
Technically, power word kill doesn't hurt you.
Did it work?
It's gonna get interesting.
The thing is,
Just
I
kills you.
don't even know if this does it. I think it does. I think this still counts.
As a melee attack?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
as a melee
It's a
attack.
melee spell attack.
It is
so,
a
yeah.
melee spell attack, so I think it'll
do
trigger.
it.
We target
So go ahead and-
target with a melee attack.
He's not.
Make an attack roll at advantage.
Yeah, so he's not moving around.
20.
20. Yeah, so you reach out, and as you touch him, go ahead and roll damage.
7.
7.
That's a lot of damage for a common.
He uses
Stone
As
resistance.
you hit him, you feel like your sort of gauntlet like charge up and discharge, and you just but as you do, you feel a surge of power flow back into you.
I knew it. It's Tail of Vengeance,
you
Jordan.
you feel it flow back into you, and it just like you feel like a horse kicked you in the chest, and you take 5 points of force damage.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. This is the moment for Jordan to be the one to do this. It's like, you need to make an unarmed strike. Shocking grasp.
That is an unarmed strike. All right,
It sure is.
That is what it is.
You got the 5 damage you deserve.
But yeah, you feel this kickback, like just right in your chest. But he just sort of, invigorating. Yes, yes. You want to go get it?
I'd like to think I'm the only one left with these two in the bar at this point.
The only reason Dredge isn't left is because he's trying to. He's like, Zeke was leaving, and he was like, we need to figure out where we're going to meet. Zeke, where are we going to. No, don't. Zeke.
Reese! And we did have this conversation.
You're like, we ought to ditch her.
Well, no,
We did.
undertone while she is
Yeah.
Shop, I was like, where are we going to meet? I was like, here?
Because we know the plan. We're just like, we're going to go time, so here, I guess.
I was like, this is the moment. There won't be a better one. Hopefully she leaves.
Do you want to try again?
No.
You can keep trying. It'll last for a little bit.
No.
Do you want? We can proper brawl. It's empty. We can move out the tables.
No.
Home of the famous nomadic fighting rings.
Right. Can we just have a room, please? We're here to rest.
Yeah, okay. I get you room. You just need a night.
How long are we staying here?
One bardic inspiration.
At least one night.
This is yeah.
I'm not actually staying here, probably. I'm staying with my.
Is your bardic
my
inspiration
family.
the D6?
Right.
Okay.
Bardic
Can I
ins-
stay with
okay,
your family
that's what I-
too? Like, is that cool?
I don't know how big their place is.
How many pea barrels are they okay with?
Oh, they're seamstresses, not,
Oh, I
not
see.
leather workers. Yeah.
They have shit buckets.
No use of sewing. but-
yeah.
Well, of course they have ship.
They just have it.
Of course they have ship buckets. Where do you think silk comes from?
There we go.
There you go.
That's not
I
what
know,
web
I
is.
know. It comes out their butt. It's the same thing.
I don't know, Reese. You said I think this is where you said we were going, right? Isn't Rich supposed to be here?
I don't imagine she'd be staying here. But have you had any any callers or contacts coming in asking my name in the last week or so?
Anger sort of leans forward on the bar, and it kind of creaks under his weight a little bit. No one asking for you by name, but I did have someone did have small woman come in asking about large man and crazy man with metal all over his body, and I assume that's the two of you. Said there'd be others with you. Said nothing about the mushroom lady.
She's new.
I was gonna say.
We're already here. You've been introduced. You don't wave anymore.
I just like flavors.
You have a lot of mushrooms on your hat. Do you use all those?
Yeah, they're great in stews.
I'm making a stew. Do you have it? Oh, I would love one.
She'll just pop off, and then as she pops them off, more grow back in their place.
Thank you. These, I cooked them long enough, no longer poison, right?
Oh, I eat them just straight raw. They're fine.
Yeah, wait, poison?
They're not poison. I eat them all the time.
Okay. Maybe now I see why you're so close to death. It just goes back and sets them in the kitchen and comes back out. Yes. A lady has come by, asked about who I assume are you. Said that she will come by later. I assume she's staying at a more fancy establishment.
Also sounds accurate. Can you just, if she comes back and we're not around, can you just ask her or whoever is representing her if they could just leave how we can get in touch while we're in the city?
Yes, I will. I'll ask. But haven't come by today. Maybe they come by today.
And we'll probably take one room for 2 nights to start. I don't know how long we're going to be in town for, but I think 2 nights sounds.
One room.
How big are the rooms?
Usually you do one room for like 2 people.
Okay.
You
Two
can
rooms.
fit. You can fit 4. You can fit 5, but it's.
Me and Reese. You're not here to argue against.
I mean, he sleeps in fighting pits and he's going with his family, so she just has a whole room to herself.
He lives here.
I'm not, I live somewhere in the city, but
Wait.
I'm from here.
Oh, shit, I forgot to ask him if he has a spare room.
Did I, when I noticed Zeke leaving, did I see which direction he ducked around?
Yeah, that'll work.
Cannot escape her.
That'll work.
Oh, God.
You
right,
almost
and I
certainly
only went
would have seen
straight
where
after
he
that.
started going to.
Okay, alright.
I smell your
Your passive perception is absolutely high enough to have glanced at.
And I will reiterate my ability of street smart. Once you have
You can't get lost,
in a
right?
settlement, well, more than just that.
Yeah.
Once you have caroused in a settlement for 8 hours or more, you know all public locations in the city as if you were born and raised there. You
Jeez.
cannot be lost by non-magical means while in the
Yep.
city.
Yep.
You would
That's
make
so
an
good.
amazing tour guide.
I would make an amazing person who can run away and know which way to turn to confuse people.
You will absolutely know, and I mean more than even that implies, right? Like knowing all the public locations and not getting lost. That's one thing, but like you've been born and raised here, you know your way around these back streets. You can absolutely, especially like you left while she was still hanging out at the end. You've had time to put some distance between you and her. It's not like you're leaving tracks on the stone.
You bet I'm
I'll
not.
creepily message you another time.
And that's throughout the city. One of the interesting things is there's nothing in the way of trees growing. There's a few small bushes every so often, but it's mostly moss. Some small sort of like plants that can just kind of survive off the moisture in the air, but there's no large amounts of soil. It is a solid stone plateau up here.
That's what it. So the stone that the whole city is on and made out of is the same as the paths?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the same gray stone material.
Except
and
it's
then
a singular piece without cracks, without greases.
Duly noted. Zeke in my brain.
What Zeke didn't make that up. That came from the universe, man.
That is how I observed this city.
You observed it, and
in
you were
Seuss style.
Yeah, you heard your internal narrator say that.
It's just like think about it again. Just and the gray stone, is it the same stuff that actually like does electricity? Is it the same material? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't remember if it was the same or slightly different.
You could electrocute everyone in this town all at once.
Don't pee on the ground. It's just
So it doesn't
Conduct.
you know that it doesn't conduct. The gray stone that everything is made out of doesn't conduct electricity. You've never been shocked by it.
There's just a lightning storm and everyone gets hit.
That's what I was saying.
Like imagine being in a wooden city if it got caught on fire except lightning.
Yeah. And everyone has to rubber shoes.
I was about to say everyone wears just orange rubber boots around. This is a weird fashion choice. This is a survival choice.
That'd be wild.
what are you doing? I'm a terrorist. In actual socks.
Just stop him. Is that guy in wool socks? No!
He'll kill us all. I'll do it. I swear.
But you know that the Stormrunners Guild does carry chunks of what looks like the same greystone that is charged and used as kind of the batteries of Corette. But you don't necessarily know why. They're not really forthcoming with that information. But you know, for some reason, the stuff they have has electricity, and the stuff you walk on doesn't. So you two are currently at the inn. What would you like to do? You're just turning in for the day, chilling out.
I want to.
He does give you 2 rooms. It'll be a total of 10 silver.
So I would like to stay with Carla and Arena. My family.
Okay.
Say hi to them.
There's just all these relatives that you had and we just don't know about?
You knew about them. You knew about my mother and my sister live here.
Oh, okay.
Because
I thought it was like a second wife and child.
No.
He's actually just playing Torrens.
You dog.
They used to live in Corette before they moved to Bantor. My mother and my sister.
He's just like that Torrens thing. Looks
I
really
definitely totally remember that. My whole life I knew
Carla is my
that.
sister.
Can't believe I'm not hippo.
Who's the other
Kind of in a rough spot.
What's the name?
Told my whole life.
IRINA.
So good. So good.
And sorry, remind me. Do I have that noted?
It's in that
Unrelated.
Trent backstory or
Yeah.
document.
I will pay for the rooms.
Thank you.
Okay.
You.
Sorry, remind me who is who.
I
I just don't have it in these notes. I have that
Isabel
document
offered to,
somewhere.
Carla is the sister.
cover half.
And
You
Arena
get
is the
lunch.
mother.
Okay.
How's Carla spelled with a C or a K?
Okay.
Is her first name Tessa?
First
So
name's
I am
Carla.
suspicious. No.
Her last name's the same as mine. It's my sister.
Carla Drent.
Well, I was gonna say Carla Drent's sister. Strangely enough,
KD?
yeah, strangely enough, his mother's name is Carla Drent's sister too.
It's his family name. What do you want?
Drent's
sister.
Drent's sister.
This is my son, Drenson.
No, it's just Eastern style, you know, surnames first.
Yeah.
Drent, self-drent.
There you go.
Drent, am Drent.
But Tessa Karlov is a MTG character.
So,
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, you can make your way over to Irina's home.
but before I leave,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth here.
Yeah.
Should he stay or should
So
he
Jordan,
go now?
I know you got that bomb kit you're excited about, but do you want to work on my gun? Because if not, I'm gonna do it tonight.
Love to, actually. Yeah.
Then maybe what's his name? Engurg
Engurg.
can let us borrow one of his tables and.
I was gonna go there. I was actually gonna see. I don't know.
Bomb kit.
It means something different. I'm from Ohio.
You won't work on bombs in my inn.
Absolutely not.
He mentioned something like about a Jaeger bomb. I don't know what that really is, but it sounded gross.
You won't work on bombs in my inn.
Agreed. Yes. The gun is not a bomb, though.
Especially in this universe.
Yeah, it's
If do we take it off?
He just, sort of like gestures for you to set it on the counter.
I put it on the counter.
He doesn't even reach for it. He just leans in and kind of glances it over.
Just looking to make some improvements to it.
Gun is okay. You can work on gun. Just no exploding bits.
Do not worry about that.
Ruins the alcohol when it explodes.
I think most things get ruined when they're exploded.
Well, there's a lot of stone.
Except for fireworks.
What did you have in mind?
Well, for starters, there's that glowing fish piece I want to put on.
Yep.
And then I'm still sort of in the air about whether it's better to make it more than a barrel
Smith and Wesson.
or just go with the quick reload sort of approach.
Could do that. I've also been thinking about a way to maybe swivel off the end to make it into more of like a close combat weapon. So if you get guys coming up to you, you can just flip the end off, make it like
Or
a
gals.
short double barrel,
We've been assailed by
and
all
hit
kinds.
like maybe more than one thing at a time. It fire both shots, but
I've been thinking about getting 2 shorter sidearms for something similar, but it wouldn't be a wide shot, so maybe.
The big arms hold the main gun, and the little side arms just hold some six shooters.
there's actually this thing called the End Strike blaster system.
I love
used rails to-
using Nerf inspiration.
But yeah, having some sort of for sort of crowds
Yeah.
of baddies, something like that would be bad.
Got an idea for like I'm not gonna work on bombs, but like some kind of like tube device that would go under the bottom. You could use it
Sounds
to,
very amateurish.
I mean it's used by
Nothing. It wouldn't do anything.
just mechanically.
Don't have to aim very hard.
A sort of crutch for
I
people.
don't know
yeah,
why
right.
Reese is now also Russian.
A lot of options.
Brother! I've been masking my accent this whole time.
I feel like I could start with
All Goliaths know each other.
like a fish piece first.
Oh, Goliath brothers! Let's go be resistant to cold.
To the freezer!
Are you also comfortable in this cold environment?
Very. Da.
You laugh.
Yeah, I'll start with that, and I'll just see if I can figure out like. I'll test some stuff out with the other mods, figure out what's feasible next, and go from there. But
Something that improves the capacity one way, like my ability to put out rounds per minute is, I think, my next highest per that flip back thing sounds great.
yeah,
Like a semi-automatic shotgun, thank you.
With a noob tube attached.
there we go.
What's that?
It's I'll show you when you're older.
It's a tube for new people. What do you have to understand?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll start with that. I can try to research whether it's like a speed load or anything. I could probably come up with something that lets you just like kind of plunge 2 rounds in quickly. We'll see how
A few of those, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see how things go. But I'd be more than happy to do that.
Start with the fish.
Yeah, start with the fish.
I put a bobber on the door handle just in case.
Whoa.
You guys have fun in there. Those fish pieces, man.
What's he doing? Oh, polishing his gun. You know what I
I
mean?
thought he was just gonna do it at the dining room. But
I
Can't do that in public.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
boom
I'll put it on
goes
the outside of the
dynamite.
inn. Yeah.
I was also thinking like I don't know if there's some kind of like weaponsmith or like a maker's shop here somewhere that I could.
I'm sure there
almost
is.
certainly
I am
is.
also going to a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Sure.
I will finally, officially get a hilt put on this blade. I'm going to
I
pay
kept
for
meaning
rush
to ask-
delivery, and I will insist on watching the entire time, so I'm within 5 feet with the doll on my back while it's being worked on.
I
You're not invited.
I want to follow Reese.
Now, Reese, did you notice that when we got here, first thing Jordan wanted to do was play some games? Some gambling? I think he might have gotten afflicted again.
I think it might actually just be him.
Alright.
He was a frequent victim at the tables at drafts.
Alright.
It's true. That's why I have no
It
money.
goes that far back. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Can Hazel follow Reese? I feel like she has questions for Reese.
I mean, you have to ask you don't have to ask our permission. You can just follow him.
You're a free individual.
As it turns out,
Everyone
I
wants
am
to follow
not
Reese?
proficient in this city, and I am 7.5 feet tall with a doll on my back. So I'm make an easy person to tail.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't try and do sneaky about it. I can say,
At
Reese,
this point,
Reese,
I'm also
speed up.
proficient and correct.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Just give you a
Yeah.
nod.
It is like 8 hours to become like proficient in a whole city
It's
is
crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
Like for something like crit,
Fine.
sure, that
Yeah.
makes sense. For Bantour, like if you've never been here before, it's like
This guy just knows.
You're we just got
At
there.
a certain level, it's like, all right, there's instincts to this now
Yeah.
too, because who
Yeah.
you are as a person.
yeah.
We brand new city, just got there. We haven't we just get to the other side of the city for the first time. Oh, there's a great little meat shop around the corner here. We're like, how do you know that?
But yes, I will find a blacksmith who agrees to my weird terms for getting this blade fragment attached to a hilt. A standard dagger, according to the thing, costs 2 gold pieces. So, if it's like 5 to have it done now while I watch, that's fine.
Yeah, I think on the sheet it
Watching
like
does usually cost extra.
it like mentioned a cost.
Oh. I didn't even think to look there. You're totally right. Hilt might be in price for a 5 gold piece.
I was like, I think it might actually be 5, so I don't know if that's what you're referencing or if
Nope.
we're just like our
I
minds were on
literally
the same
pulled
spot.
up a dagger, and I'm like, well, like rush delivery, and again, I'm literally gonna be
Rush
axed
delivery, and
with-
it's also just like
Looming
it's kind of
threateningly over.
you're not
Weird
like making the
dolphin.
standard dagger, right? Like it's the blade is wider than a standard dagger is like a little bit wider than a standard
Oh, that's
dagger
fair.
would be.
I guess this is So
like
so I would
it's a
get
third
hilt
of a
appropriate.
sword.
Is it
So
obvious
dagger.
looking at it which portion of a sword it should be? Is this like the chunk that would actually be closest to the hilt if it was all put together, or is that just unclear?
You're not sure. You're not sure if it's the part closest to the hilt or like a middle section. You're pretty confident it doesn't look like a sword tip. It doesn't come to a
Okay.
point at the end.
Fair. Sure. So yes, I will drop 5 gold plus whatever the rush delivery fee is.
Cool. Yeah. So it takes you. It takes you 2 tries to find a smith. The first one just kind of looks at you funny enough that you think, well, try my luck somewhere else. It's a big city. We'll find another place. The second one looks a little confused, but once you show them the piece of the blade in question, they have goggles on from working in the forge and sort of pull them up and oh, that's an interesting piece of metal there. You said 5 feet?
Huh?
You said 5 feet? You need to stand from me while I work on it?
Yeah.
All right. Here, they hand you an apron and some gloves and just say, don't get hit by any sparks, you know?
Yeah, that won't be a problem. Yeah, and I'll do whatever too, right? If I'm like the person who's like
Pumping the bellows.
pumping the bellows
Oh,
every
sure.
once in a while for them, no problem. And if the proximity is questioned, I cite intense sentimental value.
But what can Heisel do?
Give me a deception check.
Is it deception? Even I don't know.
You're trying to obfuscate truth.
Damn.
19 plus 0 for a total of 19.
What's your passive insight?
20.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I almost.
So she knows you're lying.
Oh, that's right. You
I'm
went
here.
there with him.
I'm
Okay.
here and I'm just watching.
You also need to be in 5 feet.
Oh yes, absolutely.
She does not.
Oh, come on.
She can be if
I don't.
you're fine with it.
I just don't.
but-
I don't know that you know what 5 feet means. Can you?
Do you have a ruler?
I'll tell you what. You stay
Mushrooms
behind the
can
counter, and
guide.
I'll let you hang out while we make it.
How far away is the counter from where they're at?
Like 20 feet.
I'm also very deeply interested in what you will see and or hear around me when I hand this blade to this guy for a second.
I'll be honest. I also just kind of think you have like a cloud of spores around you, and I'm not sure that won't catch on fire.
You know, I've never tried. That's fair.
I don't
Okay.
want to. I don't want to
Okay.
try with you. Oh,
I'll
yeah.
stay right here.
Thanks. I appreciate it. You I don't know.
You want a mushroom?
He fishes through. He has like a little bin of just like assorted pieces of metal, and he grabs one, and he just hands you this like little just like metal like token with a dog on it. He's like, there you go. You can enjoy that. Thanks for
this?
cooperating.
Is this a present?
Yes.
Just a token for children to keep like
So it's very reminiscent of the like flattened penny things, you know.
go. Amazing.
Is there any like hole?
Oh, can I say? Will you? I'm so sorry about it. Could you make a little hole in it? So I can like make it a necklace.
Yeah.
After.
After. Okay.
I paid whatever the rush delivery fee to cut the line is, so I'm not allowing this to happen first.
All right.
Be
You're right.
safe.
And what is the cut everyone in line fee to add to my 5 gold?
It'll start at the 5 gold. Give me if you're giving him a hand with it. Give me a athletics check. We'll call it.
How good do you help?
Damn.
26.
Woo!
So good.
Yeah.
These
So
bellows have never been bellowed.
you help him. You help him well enough, just like carrying stuff around, like really efficient with it. That he cuts your fee down to 3 gold.
Hot damn.
What do I hear?
What?
Do I hear anything? Did I hear anything when he took the blade off of the doll? Because I was like hovering right by him.
I'm trying to remember. Once the blade comes off the doll, you and you're sufficiently far away from it, you do just start hearing like little murmuring of a child's voice, just talking about like wanting to play games and like give me.
She's just sitting there like,
what's
"I
your
sympathize.
insight?
I also want to play.
20.
You
Passive insight is fine.
like even though it sounds innocent, you definitely catch a hint of sort of sinister intent behind it. You're smart enough not to just think that this is all
That he has
fine
a
and good.
child trapped on his back.
Yeah, or that it like is you've heard like spirits of children that are just like wanting to play games and just like kind of innocent. And this one feels more like let's play a
This one
game
isn't
and I want to
bold.
win it. You know.
It sounds awful like Jigsaw. I want to play a game.
Can I, if I just internally, not say anything out loud, but just think towards it, does it respond to me at all?
Yeah, what do you say in your mind?
What kind of games do you like to play?
It just stops. It was this sort of like just ongoing torrent of words.
If the doll doesn't like her, oh god. Wait, I can just hold the blade anymore. Here, you take this. I get her the doll.
What kind of games do you like?
Pretty flexible.
I like flexible games where you stretch and you try to put your body in all sorts of strange shapes. Sometimes you can play with other people and put their bodies into strange shapes. That's lots of fun too.
Oh yeah? What if they don't want those shapes for their bodies?
No, they do. Everyone loves the games. You just said you like the games.
How do you know they like the games?
Well, they tell me.
They do? Insight?
Yeah, you can insight.
In fairness, you did just tell her you like
Stefan,
games.
would Drent have mentioned what part of town his family lived in?
Well, you already.
I
In
rolled
passing,
8,
like in
so an
walking and
18.
passing.
Yeah, probably.
She
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
seems
would be able
very
to
genuine.
find
Okay.
your approximate neighborhood.
Depends on if I just how big Bantor is. If I
Expertise.
if I just said, if I just said, oh yeah, for use Cleveland as an
You
example,
drew
I
it
just said
far
live
down.
downtown. That's not helping that much.
You are
Well, that's what I'm
both.
asking
Okay.
you, of how much it would
Everything makes
reveal.
so much more sense now.
Yeah, you.
I
so
probably would have named
there,
it
there would be there would be like districts. There would be street addresses.
I probably wouldn't give
touche,
I probably wouldn't give you a street address, but I'd give you the district. Unless you specifically asked for the street address. In
I
which
would
case,
probably have asked what
So-
street you were on, not necessarily the house itself.
probably would have shared that.
So what sorts of
So that she can
games
hear.
were you playing with Reese?
Well, we played games with a ball for a little bit. I think he was really good at it. But before that, we played a lot of wrestling when I had other friends, and they fought each other some, and they seemed to really enjoy that because they kept playing over and over and over again. But
For
then
what
he,
seemed like months.
but then he
a few days.
But then he puts that cold thing on me, and it's really hard to talk to people, and it sort of hurts to live.
So you're alive. What part? Where are you?
I'm here, and you definitely get a sense of direction towards the doll. Like the whole time you, even though it's not audible, you kind of know the location.
So you were playing a game with Reese and some of your other friends.
Yeah, but then
What?
Reese took me away from my other friends, but he doesn't want to play with me.
Okay.
You
Why doesn't
could-
he want to play with you?
Well, I don't know.
I thought everyone wants to play with you.
He doesn't seem to want to. We could play. You said you like games. We could play together.
Could we?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really good at hitting balls. If you swing me, you can come. If you come grab me, we can go play a game.
I don't know if Reese would like me if I did that. I like Reese. Why should I like
I don't
you
know.
more than
I don't
Reese?
know that Reese likes you anyway.
Well, it takes a while for people to warm up to me.
Well, so what's the harm in playing some games then?
She's got to build up Reese's initial indifference compared to this.
He didn't run away when I did the cool show, so we're friends.
Low bar.
Just walking over here. So are you a druid and a bard, or what?
Just the like, well, I guess we're stuck with you acceptance. I can vibe with.
How do you think I got
That's
him?
just, like the kind of the second best
Yeah.
that you've gotten so far.
It's also kind of the second time this has happened in a year.
Some
I pick
random
up weirdos,
You're just-
whatever.
It's like, I guess this is
Heroes from the
fun.
woods.
He was in the plains.
That's true.
But he could have been
There's
in
a
the
bear
woods
that can
first.
vouch for it.
So he's a planeswalker.
He probably couldn't have been.
Rather plain.
Although he is no longer alive to testify
Yeah.
that Plains Bear is dead.
So, Heisel will say, well,
So Jordan's
Maybe
a
I'll
planeswalker?
grab you and play some music. But
Into-
first,
That'd be great.
let's chat more. I'm just so curious, and I'm having so much fun talking to
Double
you.
fun.
Okay,
So where were you born?
I was born.
Sweats and checks notes.
Somehow in this communication process, you hear like page shuffling. Just like
So long ago.
hold on.
You imagine a small child flipping through a picture book with no words.
Just blank pages.
It says here. Yeah.
Here.
Shockingly, of all the notes that I prepared for today, Hazel talking to Sweet is not on it.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I was born pretty far away. I had to take a boat to get here. But then I got to live in my castle for a long time with most of my friends. That was really nice. So that was my favorite place. Where's your favorite place?
So far, Bantor's pretty great. I haven't seen too many places.
Well, you haven't been here very long.
Yeah, but it's great.
Do you not like where you've spent other times?
It got a little boring there.
Oh, yeah, I get that. I'm pretty bored too.
Yeah.
If
Seems
you,
like it, just hanging out on the guy's bed. Huh?
yeah, I know. I'm glad you understand how boring life can be when you're just sort of stuck.
Yeah.
Can we go somewhere else? I bet there's candy stores here. Do you like candy?
Oh no. The one way. She'll fight Reese to take the candy store.
Did you say candy apples?
Surprise 50 cents. I'll take you to the candy shop.
How many places have you seen, though? How many places have you been?
Oh, I've seen lots of places. I've been lots of places.
Like where?
Most of them. I would say most of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many boats did you have to take to get to the places?
Just the one boat.
Okay.
I don't know. How many boats did you have to take?
But so you came on one boat and then
Yeah,
you've
just
been
really-
walking
I just-
around ever since?
Ask me
Or being
about the
carried?
baby
Did you used to
wall.
walk?
Oh yeah, I used to walk. I used to get to move around a lot.
Why don't you walk now?
Well, because Reese just carries me around.
Well, so you were walking before that.
Well, I walked for a while, and then Halsef used to carry me, and before that, there was a bunch of people that used to carry me around.
And I've heard them
but
mention Halsef.
yeah,
He did.
but sometimes they would like carry me, but then sometimes I would get to walk around instead, and that was really fun.
Oh. How did you walk around?
Well,
Did you have legs? Or did you borrow something?
no, I just borrowed theirs. You know, like sometimes they're carrying me, but we got along really well, and so sometimes they just let me borrow them. Because then I could make friends more easily than they could. Halsef wasn't so good at making friends, but I was really good at making friends.
Why wasn't Halsef good at making friends?
He was kind of grumpy.
Was he grumpy?
Kind of like Reese.
Oh, okay. Why were you friends with Halsef if he's grumpy?
Well, mostly because he was grumpy, but he was kind of nice at the same time. One sec.
Reese is
Zeke ditches the crew on Pro-Drew.
And was never heard from again.
And I've killed the character.
New character arrives.
Oh, there we go.
Another
wearing 2 mushroom-covered hats. Who's the swashbuckler
And
pirate
I
who's
know.
a big fan of green thumbering.
you here.
Milady, I followed you from home.
But before
Since that first mushroom, I knew it was meant to be.
And 2 inches
I'm a
taller,
really
Jordan.
fun guy.
But before that, Halsef was grumpy but a little bit nice. Before that, it was Godric, and he was he was less nice. His brain was really noisy.
His brain was noisy?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it noisy with?
Mean thoughts. He really liked taking people's ears, so we just took a lot of people's ears. That was fun.
Oh. Why did he like people's ears?
He didn't have any ears.
Why didn't he have any ears?
He lost them.
How did he lose them?
It was an accident. I think he got like stuck in a cave, maybe.
Oh.
What are you doing?
It's actual photo of Sweet.
Jordan.
It is a Barbie doll head photoshopped onto the end of an Easton metal baseball bat.
My only complaint is that Photoshop was used here.
Oh my god.
Oh man. It had to be done.
How many people's ears did you take?
I didn't really count. I don't like counting so much. Except for like, sometimes you can like hop and like count how many times you hop. That's really fun. Or you can like count how many shiny pebbles that you collect out of a river. That's really fun too. Or count how many pieces of candy that you get to eat. Or like how many caramel apples you get to eat.
I feel that. For some reason, not that I really have any affinity towards caramel apples.
Weirdly enough, like the thought was in your head a little bit before that, for her to mention it.
Oh, this is good. This is fun. So, what if you were playing a game with Godric and he wanted someone's ears, but they didn't want to give their ears away? What would you do?
Well, we'd play a game for him, and then we would win the ears.
What if you lost at the game?
Oh, then we didn't take their ears.
Oh,
But we won most games.
yeah. You're good at winning, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why I like games so much. You know, games are really fun when you get to just win a bunch of games. We're gonna break there.
Okay.
We're gonna break there because I'm gonna pull up my Sweet encyclopedia here.
I was able to get to my information I needed like relatively smoothly.
I would agree.
Just testing the limits of me putting all my stuff in Obsidian. It worked out okay.
Is that the one that has remote hosting or local only hosting?
Local hosting, but you can pay for remote sync.
Okay.
And there's a sweet plugin to back it up to Git,
Which is exactly what you needed.
Well, that's
Sweet plugin.
There's a Sweet plugin. What plugs into Sweet?
Actually, and we'll take a break there for a minute, and then we'll come back and I think we'll just change scenes briefly. But we will be back shortly.
Later.
All right, and we're back. Thank you. Sorry you all missed some riveting allergy medication reviews.
There we
Maybe
go.
I don't even think it was really advice. I think it was more review.
Claritin Ready tabs. Those are pretty great. They just
Very
kind of
good.
disappear.
Yeah.
Also,
Solid.
if you're watching and you've never made your own eggnog, go make your own eggnog. Man.
Or order some of Stefan.
Or just
Or-
know a
yeah,
guy
Stefan
who
has
does
a lot of
great
it.
Job.
What? No. If you keep advertising that, I'm not gonna have a lot of it. my buddy. Who
It
stayed
has to
here-
last through Christmas, so
Yeah, I hope it does. My buddy that stayed here took a liter home.
you can't go giving away bottles.
Yeah, I only see him a couple times a year.
No, you don't have to be generous until December.
That is what Santa says.
Yeah, yes.
Yep.
All right. So Hazel is chatting with Sweet. Reese, you are helping the blacksmith forge the hilt. Jordan, what are you doing?
I am probably at the same blacksmith, but working on the gun.
If you're looking for a blacksmith to help you with a gun, you would be at a different blacksmith.
Gotcha. Or more, I guess, like, I just want a bench. Like, I want to work on this thing, but I'm guessing...
The innkeeper said you could have a table.
Yeah, I guess I probably have tools to work on.
I brought my tools.
Canonically, you do.
I see.
Also, there was the whole thing about you carrying
Yeah,
Walking around Correct, depressed that I couldn't talk to anybody. We're like, I got this, I guess.
I'm working on the
I
gun.
cleared your desk off.
I have Tinker's tools.
You've been
full.
fired, I guess.
I helped you get fired.
Podrick said, "What are you gonna do about it?" Reese sets down the box.
I'm working on the gun.
Imagining like the end of that session, like the crying cat, like.
There's a whole thing about your box being carried around. You have your tools, pal.
We're good.
And Drent, what are you up to?
I'm helping him.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So
At the end.
Yeah.
you said you're going to
If I have stuff in tools,
Yeah.
I would just do it where
do it at the
it's
end.
easiest, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then we'll go to Zeke. I just wanted to get everyone kind of placed in my head before we took a look at you. So where do we see you go?
So I would end up taking, I don't know what the actual map would end up look like, but I would end up taking the opposite direction turn out of the place, knowing that just the amount of time I've been around her, she's very perceptive. So I'd absolutely turn whatever is the opposite way,
Yeah.
that direction, and then I'd probably
Some
spend,
respectful deceit in your weaving.
Exactly, and then I'd probably weave through like the normal. I guess we're probably more in like a more commercial district since
Yeah.
we came straight through. So I'd start weaving, through the streets, working my way to progressively more poverty, until.
Let me know if Annie says hello. Just let me know.
There's a werewolf.
Yeah, so I'd be working my way
Spoilers.
to a little bit more of a more rundown aspect or part of the town.
Yeah.
Until I would come up to what is basically a sturdy-looking, abandoned warehouse or whatever passes as like a factory in Bantor.
A warehouse.
Well, right now it's just a house.
Yeah.
But the next time it's a full moon, we'll
Careful.
talk.
Wait, we should know when this will be.
The next time
There's 3 moons.
the next time it's a full moon, just like the fighting pits move, so does the house.
No, and actually it just turns into a mimic. Yeah.
There you go.
Give me a perception check as you're on your way.
Wait, no, I'll use the DM one.
I'm gonna say.
I was gonna flip my coin. Why would
It just mocked you so hardcore. It was like,
You got a +3,
5.
you
8.
That
So-
was
Savage.
So-
freaking inspiration.
For the most part, I do wish that we tracked like just the average roll of the inspiration die.
Not good.
It's not good.
You see nothing particularly out of sorts from what you're used to, but you do think you notice, especially just like kind of middle of the day. There's a lot of the same traffic, but there seems to be more people in some of these back alleys, like lying about.
Than usual.
Yeah. Not like it's not. They're not like dead bodies or anything like that. Just like a little more layabout than you've been used to seeing.
They've been looking for drugs at the gate, and there's more people laying around in the alley. Do they all seem lucid, or do they seem like they're kind of
hit or miss?
Okay.
They're all looking for a hit, but they've been missing.
Shocking grasp.
Got you.
Shocking grasp.
I've
Electric.
seen Jordan do this.
It worked. It worked. What did you say?
Just put a cord in an outlet and tie it to
Jordan,
Shocking
give the
grasp.
guy a
I'm
quick shake to
surprised
see
he
he was
did.
alive. Sure.
Well, he wasn't, but
It goes one of two ways. He was or he wasn't. He wasn't and now he was.
Yeah.
it flips a switch whichever way. You know,
Yeah.
you just don't know where
You
you're talking.
can't hold me responsible for that.
We could though.
True.
I mean,
No.
The lightning does what it wants.
But yeah, you find your way to the warehouse. As you walk up, you notice the scrawl of what ends up looking kind of like thieves' cant, just next to one of the doors with the symbol of your group next to it. Do you make any call or anything as you get there?
Do I notice anything different from the last time I left, or does everything seem in order?
Everything seems in order.
So what I do when I get there is I give and get to the door, I give the bottom of the door a kick, the top of the door like 2 knocks.
Yeah.
Open and close the door, and then go in.
Write this down, guys. Important.
Blue hat.
What?
Frank sent an aquamarine beret is atop this character.
You still got two
So
reds
after
in mind.
after you kind of give that signal, and then go in, you the first face you see would probably be Mara greeting you at the door. Oh,
I'm back.
Zeke, welcome back. Was beginning to worry about you. You said you had to head down to help out Jag, but
Yeah.
thought we'd have you back sooner. And we've heard about all the trouble on the roads been going on.
Yeah. Is everybody else in?
Not everyone. Most of them are out and about, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, here, she calls back. Eris, Lionel, hey, Big Brother Zeke's back, and you hear some commotion out from one of the back kind of the office, if
Yeah.
you will, and then a little bit from behind some crates and boxes on the other end of the warehouse, and two figures come running out. Eris kind of grins shyly. Oh, Zeke, you're back. What? Hi. Welcome back.
I have all 3 of them.
Yeah, and they all come in and
And I give Lionel like the scruff.
Lionel's kind of the last running up, just short little legs. So what we have are for everyone else, we have a couple of older teenage girls, both kind of scrawny. One looks a little more muscular than the other, but while one is a little more muscular, the other has kind of an air of wisdom about her, a sense of even though she's not very old, a sense of responsibility that she's been carrying for some time. The third one, Lionel runs up, is pretty young, no older than 10, but comes running up with just scrawls of stains of ink on his fingers, and looks like some numbers scrawled on his hands as he comes running up. Oh, Zeke, you're back. Oh, Zeke, we got some good news. We've been making some good heists while you've been gone.
Oh yeah, Kaleidoscope Festival treat you guys well?
Yeah, I mean, people just people aren't keeping track of their money. We'll keep track of it for them. That's all right,
Gotcha.
Jeannie, I don't think Jeannie got any sleep that night.
I bet he didn't. Actually, I got something for you. I'll squat down to be at the same level as him, and I will give him. Where is it? I have it written down. I didn't put it in my inventory because it's not.
Oh,
saved. I think it was. I have it. I'll find it. I promise. What did I do?
What did you do?
Oh, there it is. I will give him 45 gold.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright. So, I know I was gone for a while, so you guys didn't get anything from me. But
Mara and Eris kind of like look over as you hand it to Lionel. Lionel, sorry.
yeah.
Lionel, and he takes it and looks. What have you been up to?
Well, let's see. I got my ass handed to me. Then I got my ass handed to me again. Jag handed my ass to me a third time. And then,
It's no good for a bad day.
let's see. And then, after we got Jag safe, then we went back and kicked the ass of the guy who handed my ass to me in the first place. We took all his stuff, and it was those freaking hippies. They suck, man. But they shouldn't be as much of a problem now. Jag's in trouble. I've got to do more stuff to help him out.
How did anyone beat you up? I've never seen. I've never seen. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and there were a lot of them.
See, Mara sort of like nods as you mention the hippies and the heroes of the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've. Yeah, I know. We had some of them before you left, but we saw more and more up here while you've been gone. But yeah, something funny seems to have happened to them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not as active, but I don't know. Search Art still seems kind of okay with them.
Yeah.
Seems to be trying to keep them going. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, they're still being pricks in the Search Art as they always are, but we gave those heroes a thumping, so they shouldn't be a problem.
Good for you.
Good for everybody.
Yeah.
Here, I give Lionel a little push. Here, you get that put away somewhere safe.
Yeah, no, I know.
And make sure you keep that. That should last us for a while. Keep everybody taken care of.
Yeah. No, we. I know just what to do with this. This will keep us just fine for the next 5 days, and we'll be able to probably make it go towards a couple some equipment for a couple heists, and we should be able to increase profits by good 20% with the leftovers. So, thanks, Zeke.
You got this, buddy.
Runs off with it.
And then I take, after he walks away, alright, don't tell him, and I hand over the remaining 15 from the sarcophagus pieces. I hand over the remaining 15 to Mara. This is for you guys to do something fun and nice for everybody.
long ways from fun and nice around
I
here.
mean, but we can get. Come on, like we could get some treats, you know, from those like fancy schmancy carts. They have those like pastries and stuff.
Eris kind of elbows her. Yeah, come on, Mara. We can do something, a little something. We just got 45 gold. Like, sure. All right. We'll get some sweets and we'll get some.
Also,
maybe a nice big porcelain doll that we can use as a bat.
I mean, you can also take it as a little bit of my apology for being gone so long. And honestly, I don't want to break the news to everybody yet, but I wanted to tell you guys I'm probably going to be gone for a while again.
Gone again. What? And you see, Eris just what? You're gonna go again? Why?
Alright, this is gonna sound crazy, but I'll like try to give them the story of like what happened to Jag and like without getting too deep into the weeds of this ancient history stuff and kind of just obfuscate it behind like evidently there's some weird magical crap that happens, and right now Jag is like a zombie, and the only way to help him is to go and like find, for some reason this sword can put him back to normal, so I've got to go out with this group of people and find these things.
Yeah, and the story would sound crazy and take a lot of convincing to a lot of people, you know. Eris and Mara are, you know, they've been around you enough where even though it sounds insane, they just okay. Doesn't make any sense, but
Trust me, I know.
I mean, if everything you say is true, I mean, should we come with you?
No, I don't put everybody through that. There's too many. The little ones can't make a trip like that. And how's Roland doing? I mean, he's been holding down the fort, I hope.
Roland's he's been doing okay. He found an offer to make some deliveries across the town, but we just seems like he's been, there's just some nights where he doesn't come back, and some days where he just looks a little rough for the wear. I don't know if he's running himself ragged or what's happening. He's been bring back money, but just hasn't been around for the crew as much as I would have hoped. I've been holding things down myself, but
thank goodness for you, but he needs to be doing his part too. He can't be putting that weight on you.
yeah. Well, I've been trying to talk to him about it, but he's been kind of clamping up lately. Then there's just been a lot of concern with the trade kind of slowed down because of the stuff going on with the hearers. People just and there's been more attacks, but to the south, but now to the west too. People afraid to go out, especially at night. It sounds like it's the worst at night.
Because of whatever the thing I heard about that's attacking villages on the outskirts.
Something. Villages, people walking around out there. Just from what I hear, not a whole lot's left from them after they get attacked. Sounds violent.
They got a bounty out for figuring that out?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure the Stonestead has set something up, which the Stonestead is like Vantor City Hall.
And what's going on with all these people in the side streets? They're a lot.
It's this new drug that's come about called Golden Point. I don't know much about it. I've told the whole crew to steer clear of anything involving that. But something seems to give you a real good time until it doesn't.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Make sure nobody gets their hands on that. If they do, tell them to dump it immediately.
Yeah.
Mess around with that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, everyone seems to be. Everyone seems to listen up pretty good when I tell them to leave that type of stuff alone.
Oh, man. Well, anybody come calling about any fights? Anything coming up in the next few nights?
That's not the most important part, but maybe the most upsetting. And Eris, Mara, you don't have to talk about that. He'd want to know. He'd want to know. There's I don't know if you remember this guy. I think he showed up around the Great a couple times, but he's been putting on a show lately. He's been, with you gone.
Yeah.
He's been cleaning up in the fights.
He be rolling?
He's been beating everyone. Goes by the Bell.
Does it ring any bells?
Gonna be vengeance.
He'll ring yours.
You've never fought him, but the name rings a bell. Sort of the impression you've always gotten is that he's a bit of a pretty boy.
Yeah.
Finds his way down there.
He's cheating.
Yeah. What do you suppose the odds we could put something together while I'm in town? Teach this guy a lesson. Maybe give him a ringing of his own.
I get it.
Line yells from the other room.
And when you say it, Eris kind of chuckles a little bit. Mara's like, yeah, I mean, he's sounds like he's been fighting, especially most weekends whenever he deigns it necessary to show up. But I don't know, maybe seems like a sort of an arrogant prick. If you call him out, he might show up.
Maybe I'll swing by tonight, rock some chump and talk some trash. That might get him out tomorrow. And it'd be a good show for the Knuckles to get a view of me back in town.
Yeah, I'll let everyone know. You staying here tonight?
Yeah, but I gotta run back. There's I got a pretty cool handful of people. There's Zeke's friends. Jag's friends. They seem
See, that just means that I get one free one of accidentally calling you Jag.
they're Jag's friends, and I mean they're a little. One of them's kind of weird, but seems like a good guy.
Now too.
The others.
Friend is not a word he applies to.
Yeah.
You don't count yet.
It was all calculated.
The other
and I
two
like
guys
it.
they're pretty upstanding. They're real reliable. All three of them. Unfortunately, there's a real creepy. Man, she will not stop following us. I actually I'd have came here probably with them, but like, I don't know that I want her around.
This is the point where I really wish mechanically I could have her show up behind you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want her around. You guys are like the younger kids. I don't know if she kind of spooks me.
Like
her
heard those stories of growing up the witches in the woods.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's like.
He literally found her in the woods.
It's horrifying.
Well,
She got mushrooms that grow out of her hat.
What?
Yeah.
Mushrooms growing out of her.
Yep. And then she eats them. Tell me that it's not bizarre.
I don't know if that's better or worse than
not.
if she just let them grow.
There's nothing good about it, man. And for some reason, so Jordan, he's a little weird one that I mentioned.
You see Lionel peeking out of the office and just going, you won't let her get me, will you?
I won't, absolutely not. No chance at all.
She's coming for you.
Free kid.
Man, what kind of a monster?
She's sitting there watching this anvil or this blacksmith go to work. She's like, "There's a kid somewhere that I haven't abducted yet."
But I do gotta go back to. They're at the Suds on Stout. I gotta swing back over there and hopefully get in touch with some of them. And, if possible, I'll bring the 3 of them back here so you guys can meet them.
Should we keep Lionel hidden just in case?
Yeah.
Don't want him ending up in a stew. You just hear a little yelp from the office.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Stew kid's afraid to be a stew.
When's everybody, when you thinking everyone's gonna show back up after making their rounds?
It's been, Jeannie's been bragging up a bunch lately, and they've been having a little friendly competition, seeing who can, get the most purses coming back here.
Nobody's been getting caught, right?
Nah, they've been plenty careful.
That's good. I don't want anybody getting ambitious while I'm gone and going for some high profile.
I mean, only so much we can do to stop Jeannie, but he at least is good enough that he isn't getting caught. Everyone else
getting caught, so
he tends to pick the tricky ones. The rest of them, they go for the volume plays.
All right, that's good.
But it's been great for the Bucks.
All right.
Love the sports team.
Well,
But they'll be back here a little before midnight usually.
well, definitely. When do the fights usually go down in the evening?
Late evening,
That's what I figured.
like 10 p.m.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to. I'll be back here close to or after sundown, and we can make a trip. Be great. Get a nice round in the piss. See how it goes.
Yeah. Make some of that leather.
Yep.
That's got to be the name of a tavern somewhere in this world. The Piss Barrel.
The piss.
Bye.
If it's not, you can open it.
Roscoe, no, we're not doing it.
I just want to open a bar.
It's always been my dream.
But
Classic, get back here.
you took, and I'll like motion at the bag of. You took that away and use that. Save for a rainy day. Use it for something. Just do something to give everybody a smile. And I'm gonna run. Hopefully.
I think the biggest smile they're going to get is once they find out you're back, especially if they get to see you beating on some arrogant chumps.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I've been. This guy was big. Like, this is the biggest dude I ever seen. Took him down.
I've seen you take down some pretty big guys before.
I mean, this guy. Alright, I think this is even less ridiculous than all of the things I've told you so far. And this is just a testament to how ridiculous. This man caught a plains lion with his hand and cut it in half with a sword in the other.
It's not it sounds like a
Night.
like a fishtail.
It's far less impressive than a plains bear. just saying.
I've heard it's less impressive than doing it to a plains bear, but I've also never seen it done to a plains bear. I've only seen someone catch a plains lion.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone do it to either. Lionel peeks out. I've never seen a plains lion. Can we go see a plains lion?
No. You don't want to.
Can you punch it in half?
I will try.
For you, sweet boy.
It might take more than one punch though.
Well, are you One Punch Man?
But-
Yeah, come on.
But I thought we called you One Punch Man. But Eris just kind of, I'm sure if anyone can punch one in half, you could punch one in half. Mara just kind of elbows her and just. We'll let the group know. And you come back here tonight then, or should we see you at the Great?
I'll be. If I'm not back by, we'll say, I don't know what time. X time. Whatever would be reasonable for it being like, if I'm not back by then, by whatever time, like, you'll see me at the Great.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say like if they don't see you by like 9, we'll just run on like
Sure.
24-hour clock.
Sure.
If they don't see you by 9, then they'll just like head over. Okay.
And then I will make my way back to the tavern,
Where no one is. We're here.
We're
hoping that I catch non
Oh,
Heisel group members.
so careful. I hope no one's on the other side of that door.
The new sign out front is just Hazel's House of Horrors.
Under new management.
Suddenly, I'm not leaving the city anymore. I can't find the group anymore. It's too bad.
You get there, it says that. You're like, you go back home. It says it above your house too.
You also
How is this happening?
you do
You
have
can't
a
hide.
framed stained glass picture of a puppy.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I call out Lionel one more time.
What? Comes running out. Did you get more money?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
But I did get something for you and everyone else. But you have to wait until you can look at it, but you have to wait until all the other ones are back to show them all at once. All right? Don't go showing Jeannie in advance, and don't go letting Jeannie sneak it from you. Keep it a secret, all right?
Mara just looks over. So don't tell him you have anything. That's usually how he gets stuff taken.
Yep, that tracks. All right, and I handed it covered. Go ahead.
Ooh. Mara and Eris just look over and go, Where'd you get something like that?
There's
Usually they don't let us in those parts of town.
yeah, so
I know somebody that knows somebody.
so
that knows somebody.
there's man, this isn't even the weirdest thing I told you. There was a guy who transformed into a bird that was attacking a lady who was transporting stained glass.
Yeah, okay.
To correct.
Yeah, no, that all tracks now.
Yeah, and she offered for us helping her. She offered to give us one of her stained glass pieces. Trust me, if I stole it, I would tell you I stole it. This happened.
I don't. I mean, it's more impressive this way, but it's not less impressive if you stole it from someone. You know?
Yeah.
Stealing's a great way of getting a hold of things.
Sure is.
All right. Well, Lionel looks up. Thanks. Yeah. I'll
Don't tell.
covers it back up, and Mara just like looks down at him like sternly, and he puts it under his shirt.
All right, I'll be back.
All right. They wave goodbye to you as you make your way off.
I do a quick look around after I leave.
Yeah.
Like after I close the door, I look around and just see if anybody's like eyeballing the place in any capacity.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I flip my coin. No, I'll take the one. I'll eat the one. It's a 1. Plus something, but a 1's a 1.
You don't notice anything.
Alright.
Do you get inspiration though?
I do.
And as long as nothing bad happens, it's a great way to get inspiration.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to the engineers in the inn.
Just hold the trigger down.
So what are you? So I know the one thing you were able to put together is using. You could use the glowing part of the fish to sort of give yourself like a sight on your gun.
Improved iron sight.
Yeah, and remove the range increment from it was the thing that we had talked about, I think.
We talked about it giving it making it a +1 weapon, but that's not on the table. I can give you this instead.
I think what I had noted for it was removing the range increment. All of those 20 some sessions ago.
Four score and 20 bullets ago.
Or, well, I guess it wasn't a +1 weapon, it was a +1 to hit. But that's what I remember anyway.
That's right. +1 to hit. Sounds about right. Yeah, we can do a +1 to hit on it with the Balthant frills. Yeah, given like probably takes most of the afternoon to get it rigged up just right. There's like, it's not just like the frill taped on top of the gun, right? Like there's metal and glass and stuff and bolting it to it to make sure that it's securely on there and it's not going to shift around when you are shooting a gun.
So this is more than just an iron sight. This is like an actual like semi-glass scope sort of thing.
So the frill itself glows, has like a bioluminescence, and so the mechanism that Jordan's able to put in place kind of like gives it a laser effect. So you can actually like laser target with it.
Oh shit! Okay, that's really fancy. Okay. Well,
So there'd just be like a little you can't necessarily click it on and off. So there's just like a little cover at the end.
So it just like hides the light,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. I think I'm assuming your mod is higher than mine.
For that, I probably.
Though it would also depend on it. I mean, it's probably equal or less than yours.
Mine is like an engineering check. Mine is +7.
Mine would be the same. If I was using my dexterity, if I'm using my intelligence, it's only a +5.
It is intelligence. It's just a replacement for Arcana. Swaps out for Arcana.
Okay, gotcha. In that case, yeah, yours is definitely higher. I was playing like mine's high enough that I would do it myself, unless I could make you do it. In which case, I'll have you do it.
I will absolutely apply it.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like, yeah.
Like if you're like, no, we're trying to bomb something, like fine, I'll do it myself.
No. I want to work on the gun.
That was my plan.
Yeah, I will work on the gun. I've been wanting to mess with this thing for a while.
Me too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I think it's advantage to the
What's
thing.
up?
Yeah.
18.
18? Yeah, you're...
Roll with advantage.
Oh no, it did not.
Ooh.
26.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to rig it up just fine and add the Balthant frill as a laser sight to the gun. With the 27, you're even able to like make it so you're able to like detach it, and if you come into another gun in the future, you can like clip it on.
Let's go.
Oh shit, that's nice.
That's like, it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work just fine.
Bring it on. Here, people.
I wanna. So is it a muzzle brake loader? We've established?
Yes.
I know we've talked about this before, but
Muzzle brake is where it like splits with the stock to the barrel.
yeah, it comes out.
Yeah.
And it would like eject, and then you put 2 more in.
I don't think it ejects because there's no casing for these because they're not,
Oh,
there's no gunpowder. It's just everything that goes in the barrel it gets projected out. As I understand it.
Yep.
So there's nothing that it gets ejected, but I do believe it is a 2-barrel brake lever, whatever it is.
Muzzle brake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It would be so. The next thing I want to help, effectively to help him reload more quickly, and it's to if this isn't doable in this like day.
Or if we figure out offline or something.
Yeah, but effectively like creating some finite amount of like speed loaders that instead because it takes an attack to reload it or an action to reload it.
an attack.
An attack, yeah.
So making it a bonus action to reload.
Even a couple times a day would be
Right.
and I could like reload the speed loaders
Right.
out of combat.
Yeah, like over a long rest or something, like or a short rest maybe, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and the way you're wanting to do that is have the barrel sort of like
So I
come
would.
up and then
So the barrel already is like a brake. So I'm thinking like this already like.
oh sure.
And it's
Cold.
empty.
Like a revolver that like is a speed loader is a thing
Yep.
that exists. It's effectively like a big
Just-
medicine syringe.
yeah.
It's like a plunger. So like creating the plunger that will like
That holds both bullets
fit
in the
over
right.
the. Yeah, it
Yeah.
holds them in the right spot. Holds and you'd hold it over like it'd line up almost like clip onto the barrels when it's broken, and then you just like depress it, and then you'd toss that in the bag because you'd have to like there's some specialized way to like load the rounds in.
Right.
That makes it non-trivial. Like you can't just reload those during combat, so it'd be like 1 or 2 of those like speed break.
Right. Or we just have more barrels.
Also an option. More barrels is more triggers.
Yeah. So you probably don't have enough time this afternoon.
Sure.
At least not till everyone gets back, because that whole endeavor just ends up taking most of the afternoon. To get a like a speed loader to like to be set up on the gun. Let me think about what that might look like.
It's fine if we figure that out between now and next session or
It's
something.
like I'll be honest. Part of it is just that I like mechanically like wanting to find the right balance of like you have an artificer with a gun, but that doesn't mean you can like if I gave you an hour, I'm sure you could convince me 5 different ways to give your gun a +1 modification to it, and be like, yeah, no, I have a +5 gun. If I was just like, oh yeah, that sounds great, and like he's an artificer, so sure he can do that. So like just finding the balance there of like mechanically getting those things when it.
No, I totally get it. And we haven't really talked about it, so
Yeah,
that
I know
warrants
you've mentioned it
discussion.
before. I didn't get around to.
Well, mentioning it, and hashing it out. Are different
Yeah.
things. Yeah. I'm basically just looking to reduce the amount of time I waste actions reloading, whether that's turning into bonus actions with a speed loader a couple times a day,
For sure.
or short rest, or if that's adding barrels so that I won't reload every 4 shots instead of every 2.
Yeah, it'll probably there'll probably be something to like figure out some item, some consumable that you can like generate, but there might just be the actual construction of the thing might end up being a little more of an endeavor. Might take some like specialized component, something like that.
Sure. Okay. And do I owe anything for upgrading the gun as we just did? Because
No, it'll just come out of the ephemeral bag of stuff that Jordan has.
And well, it's
The
replenished
box?
now. Yeah, the box of things.
The expensive component out of it is that Belfent frill. It's the kind of the phoenix feather core of the wand. The wood of the wand is not the expensive part. It's the time getting someone to create it and getting a phoenix feather from the tail of the headmaster of Hogwarts' pet.
Yeah.
Which I guess
Normal
is,
stuff that happens.
it seemed like it had a lot of feathers, last time I saw it.
For him to be hoarding.
Yeah, right?
Especially something that died and then was reborn and just perpetually has.
Right? Like you could have grabbed some of those feathers before it died.
Yeah.
Turn it into another bird.
Also,
Wasteful,
why is he working as a headmaster to make so much money selling lawn cores?
I never got the impression that he was in it for the money,
Oh gosh, he was
Artificial
not great at the teaching thing. Running the school, bad.
Would agree.
Just maintain employment of an abuser of children.
But really
Right.
friendly.
Yeah. And very.
Potentially really good at charm magic.
I sent you the page that has like a table of upgrades that it's third party that some put together.
Oh, sure.
So not necessarily just ideas.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But again, don't do those right now.
Yeah, let me note those down though. Just make it especially easy for myself to find later. Okay, so that will be that'll take probably around the same amount of time setting that up as it will take for the blacksmith to create the hilt for Reese. Blacksmith, by the way, is named where do I have his name?
Donald.
Smith.
Donald Smith.
Mr.
I mean, how do you think I got the last name?
There we go.
It's what I do. I'm the Smith.
His name is Race.
Right. Okay, hang on.
R-A-S-E.
Raise.
R-A-S-E.
R-A-S-E. Race.
Raise. Raise Smithy.
Sus, good guardians. Certainly not.
Mechanically. Can't be.
Statistically.
Statistically. Mechanically. Some are saying.
So we'll go back into the blacksmith, into the smithy.
In the village smithy.
Any other big points of conversation that you wanted to have?
Yes. I want to ask about the blade and just what does the blade do?
What's your favorite color?
The blade. I don't know. It just I don't like it. Do you like it?
No, it makes me a little nauseous.
Yeah, it's like that.
It didn't used to be that.
Except it makes me feel like I just kind of want to die. Like I kind of want to curl up in a hole and just not really stay alive anymore.
Okay. But you don't feel that way now.
That's great.
A little bit. It's still kind of close. Maybe nauseous is okay. Is an okay way of putting it.
Do you know what? Why? Do you know why?
Why?
Yeah. What's up with this blade? What is it?
I don't. Can't you see it? Can't you touch it?
I mean, I don't.
Do you know what's up with it?
I don't know.
I don't. You said you don't like it either.
It makes me nauseous.
Well, we should. I mean, why are you around it?
I'm just,
I wouldn't be around it if I could help it, but I
Yeah.
can't really move.
Yeah. Well, Reese is interesting to me, so that's why I'm around.
Oh, well, there's lots of interesting. We're in a big place, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but he's real interesting.
Oh,
Just like you're real
I
interesting.
think he's kind of boring.
You're not boring though.
No, I'm not. And candy isn't boring. And lots of food isn't boring.
Yeah.
I hear there's a lot of restaurants around here.
You know, I've heard. I have heard. Was that a probing my mind thing? Do I get a sense that, like, I'm being infiltrated
Am I being mentally
or
detected?
persuaded at all?
You don't notice anything?
Alright. So what sort of games did Halsey play?
Halsif, he played lots of games. He would fight with people a lot, but sometimes we would just play tag, and sometimes we would play command the other members of the Heroes of the Word to go to different places, and sometimes we would just I kind of started liking to play Collect the Ears, and so sometimes we would just play Collect the Ears. I was really good at that. I think we won that one. I think we had the most by the end, but I think the game's kind of over.
Okay.
Most people just had 2. We had more than that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone had more. Did you have more than that?
No, I just have 2.
Did Reese have more than that? I think Reese might have been playing. I can't tell. But that's the only thing I can think of why he'd be so mad at Halsif.
That Halsif had more ears than him?
Yeah, I think that's why most people were mad, is that Halsif had too many ears.
I see. Yeah. Maybe they got a little jealous. They weren't doing the game good.
Probably. They couldn't hear very well.
Yeah. Just one more question. Before the ear guy, before Godric, how many friends did you have?
Before, like how, I mean, there's a lot of
Like,
before.
Was there...
DM permitting, if I have the blade at this point, I take the satchel off and I put the blade back in between the doll and sling it back over so it's between me and the doll again. If that just like cuts this off abruptly or something.
Yeah.
Give me a minute for it.
Okay.
Well, just like, who was before Godric?
Well, I mean, before Godric, well, there's a bunch of people, and she lists off a few names.
Okay. Do I get how many? Like 3, 4, 5? Or should you just keep going and going and going?
She lists about 5, but each one it's like well, and then there was Kuhn, and then Sabin, and then there was one guy with like really long hair, and I think he might have had a puppy with him, or maybe it was like a big puppy. And then there was another guy with a lot of armor, and then there was a lady. I think her name was Inarl, and it just kind of goes on like that for a little while.
Are there any of these names that sound familiar to me?
Give me a history check.
I'm great at this.
Yeah, you're not going to be aware of any of Alabama's head coaches of their football program.
19.
What?
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban, prolific NFL football.
no.
Not good in the NFL.
It is
prolifically bad in
Yeah.
the NFL.
You said Alabama's coaches. That is the list that I pulled up of names, just
We
running
also,
down
You
them.
mentioned Clay Matthews in there.
19. You are pretty confident that none of these names are well-known figures.
Okay. Because she's not gonna like give me like a time frame. I'm just
Famously.
trying to get a sense of like how old she is.
So the way the words echo in your mind, it's not
Dynasty. So
it's not like distinct common language. There's a little bit of sort of like echoes of meaning that come in behind it. And so when you hear long time, it is long time, on the order of hundreds of years at least, maybe more. But you're not getting any specifics.
Yeah, I guess I'll just keep chatting with her and pulling in information until things are probably just stick on the names for a bit until the time for conversation has come to an end.
Yeah, as you're chatting, you kind of get back on the topic of the blade, and she says she mentions how well I don't know why it hurts, but I think Cynic just kind of wanted it to hurt. It was just a little hard to live, to make friends, and then one day it just made it got a lot worse, and I wasn't around here from before that, but then I got here, and he just
The boat?
well, yeah, there was a boat. That's how I got here.
So Cynic was on the other side of the boat.
Oh no, he wasn't on the other side of the boat.
No, he was where you left for the boat.
No, that's not where Cynic was.
Where's Cynic? Who is Cynic?
And at that moment, it goes quiet. As Reese sticks the blade on and shrugs on his backpack.
I didn't want to like interrupt it, but I'm like, I have a perfect image of how this conversation comes to a close.
I needed to get to that, you know.
Yep.
I appreciate
Totally on board.
Heisel is just like sitting on the counter with her feet dangling like on the storefront, like on the store owner's side, just swinging them, holding her little medallion, waiting for them to finish.
Yep. So
With a
he
big old smile on her face.
finishes up.
Wrinkly old face.
Reese, you now have a hilt for your blade fragment and are able to use it as a dagger.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
+3, baby.
Yeah. And on the way out, I am also going to spot 2 really sick-looking battle axes that are like a matched pair.
Yeah.
It's actually aren't for sale.
These
They're display piece.
Those were my
Floor model, you don't
grandfather's.
want them.
Trade only.
Extreme sentimental value.
You pick them up and they're like model only made of.
Trade you for the doll.
They're made of wood.
But I will see them and I'll just like grab them off the wall and just weigh them a bit.
Are you looking for battle axes or for hand axes?
Battle axes.
Battle axes.
Your boy is ready to hit level 7.
I don't know what you get at that point, but
A
okay.
feat that lets me do this with both. That's it.
Do they just not need the light property? Nice.
These are incredible. How much for the pair?
Race.
Heisel hasn't moved.
Yeah.
She's just staring at him,
Yeah.
smiling.
He honestly, he's not questioning it. He's just you've settled down and
This is where she's
he's okay with that. Race, you have an eye for quality, I see.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
If these are masterwork, that'd be super cool. Just saying.
you realize that you've like picked them up. They were in the front, kind of in the window, helping to attract customers. He says, "Those took me a while to make, and they actually were made from the iron that was contained within the Alstramen. So it has some interesting properties to it. Can hold a bit of a charge. But
Shocking grasping.
We'll see how long that lasts.
so
Look,
you
the Naruto fist bump. All right, let's do this.
the material's kind of tough to come by, and you don't see them every day. They're
You can have the doll and the dagger.
your problem now.
I just keep them together is my only advice.
Fate
Just
calls on us when we are not prepared. I guess today's your day. This thing's
That would be
Yeah.
wild.
I'm hoping these are good, but I'm also hoping that they're not so good that I've priced myself out of them.
Yeah.
Because I can afford 2 battle axes.
I can threaten them.
I don't know that I can afford 2 magical battle axes.
I got some gold too.
I'm all out.
Stefan's got family.
I'm not out.
How many wallets you steal? Can I get that fancy coin? I don't know you.
What fancy
I don't know.
Listen, that 60 gold was house money. That was just that was me. That wasn't even my own gold. I just traded the sarcophagus pieces for 60 gold. That wasn't even out of my pocket.
It's just, oh my gosh.
What do you want to take it away from poor kids?
Yes.
Huh? Reese?
I'm broke and I want nice things.
We'll work in his shop for a week, whatever it takes.
Those are
I saw that smirk. I can't afford these.
Sheepishly puts them down.
you know, I really appreciate the help you gave me here, but those usually pull in you know, some of the wealthier clientele with some of their requests. If you want, I'd be willing to par with them, but usually I ask for 1,000 gold apiece.
Jesus.
Gosh.
Yeah,
This is just like looking at them. Set them back on the display case.
Take the dusty.
These are beautiful. Virtually identical. Clearly just made of average steel.
yeah, absolutely.
Identical, different metal.
No, they're different, but they're exactly like whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, perfect. I'll be back for these, like maybe tomorrow. But alright, fine. How much for
These were
this
made
pair?
from iron from the bottom of the Vertlock.
No, I need some steel. Come on.
There's
Can't be having rusty battle axes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, how-
Although that's a great fucking name for a dwarf.
Rusty battle axes.
Oh my god.
So good.
One-shot character. Right
your
there.
name? Rusty.
Rusty battle
He
axe.
wields a bow.
Definitely cannot
I-
use an axe.
I will
Allergic to slashing
I will
damage.
totally ship just being a family of battle axes. We all wield different weapons.
Yes.
None of us axes.
Oh. This is Pierce. He uses a hammer.
My family.
This is Bo. He actually uses a battle axe.
This is dull. He
my God.
punches because he was never good at learning his weapons.
This is Doll. He uses a bat.
Oh dear, that's an entire one shot right there.
For those, I mean, those are still surprisingly nice for not having any weird out of the ordinary qualities that might affect combat bonuses or the like. Those I usually just charge 10 gold apiece. They're probably about 100th as good as the other ones.
That's just science right there. And I will fork over 20 gold and be the proud new owner of a pair of battle axes.
Sure. He takes.
Will you throw in a cool harness for me to put them crosswise over my back with my existing overwhelming amount of gear that I carry around?
He looks at the overwhelming amount of gear and he says, "That'll take a lot of leather, but yeah, I have something in the back for that." Goes and he you hear him kind of rustling around and pulls out like a large, just because it goes over you and then the rest of your stuff, so it's a lot of leather, but he throws in a leather harness to rig it all up.
I look badass, just for the record.
They'll
You
use
look pretty
one at a time
badass.
right now.
Just for the record.
Man, I do appreciate you saying that. Although, I guess it's like really badass, but then also like, why is there this giant thing on your back in addition to the other stuff that's on your back?
I've heard of
The axes
I've
are
heard of something
fashioned
called
to the
anime,
doll
and I think it looks really cool all the same.
You now just you rotated the doll so that it's horizontal, so that your back is not. You just have this huge fanny pack on your back of this doll.
Just
You
wear it
try
in
to
the
go through a
front.
Door. Dang it! You have to turn sideways to go through doors.
Well, it's a
now.
doll. You could like get it to kind of spoon your back.
True.
True.
You just need to attach an arm brace to the doll, and you can use it as your tower shield.
That would be
That's
really sick.
That'd be really great. Also, like, what a. It'd be intimidating in a real weird way. Like someone's just like, hey, got this creepy ass porcelain face just like coming to
And
her.
they
Dude,
hit it, and
I-
hear voices.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Yeah, I'm.
You know, sweet. We could make a pretty good team. Just say, like, if you ever
Let's play a game. I want to play a game.
Hit me, I dare you.
I want to play a game.
They hit
Hey,
you, I hit
Race.
them back.
Oh yeah.
Could you poke a little hole? Thank you.
Takes it and just.
And,
There you
and then
go.
I just druid craft a vine that runs through it in front of him, just to string through the thing, and then tie it around my neck, right next to my obnoxious medallions of the stained glass ram. I think they match real nice.
I'm sure you do. I'm glad you like it. Thanks for being so patient while we worked on it. While we
This is
worked
so
on
fun.
everything. Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
letting me watch.
Do you grow vines that quickly very often?
Oh yeah, it's kind of new, but it's real fun.
Can I see one?
Sure. And I will poke his table and make a little bright orange flower with maybe some teeth bloom. Like a little Venus, little mini Venus flytrap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was definitely imagining
Not real teeth.
like calcium teeth.
Just
Calcium
like little,
teeth, yeah.
like little
I was
plant
like-
teeth.
I
Like,
don't think you can
oh,
do
it's
that.
beautiful, but it
Huh.
looks like it wants to eat me if it could.
Yeah. So it
But it's little.
it's like
Little
a
house
flower
of
that this
little
flower
showers.
that blooms out,
Yeah.
and then but like as it blooms, these sort of like large green petals bloom under it, and then from them these like just white thorns kind of poke out from the edges, and he goes, pulls out a screwdriver and just sort of jabs at it, and it slowly. He like pulls it back and it like scrapes on the thorns, and like way more noise to it than you would expect. And he goes,
Isn't it fun?
that's kind of like pokes at some of the teeth and pokes at it a little bit. You looking for a job?
Maybe.
You can just do this?
Yeah.
Zeke bursts through the door. Do you need a reference?
She'll take it. She's staying.
Like my background says I know everything that happens in the city, right? So I know he's saying
My
that.
background says I know you're here.
You're a public feature.
Everyone knows him. His reference is good.
This is my city.
I mean, I sure could. I don't know what I would do with it, but I could probably use someone that can just make plants.
Well, maybe I'll come back tomorrow if I don't have anything better to do.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
You grow any plants?
I'm fond of mushrooms, and I just pop another one into existence on my hand.
All right. You if I just like show you a plant, can you just like grow it?
I don't know. We could try.
All right.
Drug empire.
Golden point.
Golden point.
sort of nods and says, "Yeah, see you tomorrow then."
See you tomorrow. Maybe.
It's like something really wholesome, like some rare flower for his wife or something.
Alright.
You guys, what do you do then?
I'm following Reese.
So what did Reese do?
I just thought of a 5th grade name for the Battle Axe family, which is just Axel, who uses a club. All right, coming to a one-shot at some point near you.
Kevin's fighter that's actually 5 different bodies, but each time he changes weapons, it's a different person fighting.
Oh my
It's
god.
the personality.
Just the trench
Hey,
coat.
hey, way back in the day when we were going to start Out of the Abyss, there was you and Eric were both a little on the fence about joining a weekly campaign, and I'm like the thought crossed my mind. I'm like, they could be like a dual personality sorcerer and spell slots transfer,
Yeah.
but you're each a different sorcerer with your own personality that inherits whatever the last person left, and it just drop of a hat switches.
Especially
Like,
if we have like different bloodlines.
yeah.
Love that.
I am both a dragon and a clockwork person. Like,
That would have been sweet. Yeah, remember back in the days when I thought I would not play D&D for the next 5 years?
I don't remember that at all, actually.
Yeah, I don't either.
Imagine.
I was there.
I mean, technically so was I.
Once you finish up with your medallion,
Imagine Reese is
I will
like
leave.
sketching this ogre family in a little notebook.
Great idea.
crazy idea.
Oh crap! I should have left her when I had the chance.
I should have been a writer.
It's a great idea for a
This is
novel.
brilliant.
Are comic strips a medium?
So
It's my alter ego is now Rusty Battle Axe. If I need a pseudonym,
Rusty
Wait, it's
Battle
not a
Axe
pseudonym
and
if it's
the
not
7
public.
Dwarves.
Whatever. I don't know what a pseudonym
alias.
is. If I need an alias, there we go.
He walks in. Who are you? Rusty. Rusty who? Bad. And the guy goes,
Where are you heading?
Back to sets.
Yeah, it's getting a little late. Turns out, making a hilt takes a good portion of the afternoon.
On the way back, Hazel will just say, Cerise, did you know that if you take the little blade thingy off the doll, it starts talking to people?
That is exactly why the blade is touching it.
Okay. So, what did Halsef do to you?
It wasn't like to me specifically, but just off the top of my head, enslaving people against their will into a cult. Probably responsible for taking some number of ears from people, also presumably mostly against their will.
My daughter.
Kidnapping repeatedly. One time, sort of the dad. One of them was weird, but a lot of kidnapping. And one time he did beat the ever-living shit out of me, but I killed him, so it's all fair.
So he left a perfectly good plains line out in the plains.
pretty sure Tully killed him.
she did.
It's true. It's true.
Like blessing.
But Tully
And then
isn't
had
here.
trauma.
Tully isn't here. So I killed him in my stories, and you killed him in your stories.
Okay.
Wait, did you also say that?
Oh
when you were
yeah,
telling
isn't
the
it to my
amazing.
yeah, I killed him.
By the transition.
Our also.
We all share an initiative, and
She doesn't. So she liked Halsef. Sweet did. We had a nice fun chat. She liked Halsef. She doesn't like you. What are
I'm
you
also
doing?
acutely aware of that.
What are you gonna do with her?
I'm gonna finish that blade.
She didn't like the blade. When the blade's finished, then what?
Then no more sweet.
And why are you doing that?
travel to a glacier? I mean, that sounds fun.
Who said anything about a glacier?
Jordan did.
Ah. I believe that.
Be crazy if it was just a called shot.
Came up in
Cold
conversation.
It was between Glacier and Jungle, and I guess Glacier, and I guess right. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, there's more pieces, and we just need to go find them.
Why are you going? Why not let someone else do it?
Who else is going to do it? That guy over there, he just cleared his throat for attention.
Sorry.
Here, I take it off. All of
A
you,
guy on the street just looks over. What?
I'm going to the fighting pits. They're hard to find. They move around a lot. Take this.
I just
With great power.
I just had a cough.
level of
I just had a cough.
responsibility.
I'm sorry.
Good luck.
And some guy's sitting in rags.
Look,
There you
face-
go. Face sculling.
This will help you quit drugs. Take this off.
Or get really into them. We're not sure which one, like...
This really depends on how she
He
feels.
takes the doll and runs off.
Yeah.
Now you're out. Now you're out a sword fragment.
That's done.
Wow, we could go home.
Salt.
To correct. Let's go kill Hodrick.
I do really love the idea that after all this, you guys just like hand the doll to some unsuspecting person and leave in a major city.
Huh?
The worst
Tavern
part.
Call Empire is about to get wrecked.
Heisel would just say, okay.
Reese's middle name is Shazak. Maximum
A,
damage.
Look at this is the universal name for bad guy.
For real, but clever bad guy who was like unknown the whole most of the time.
Ah, yes.
The most of the time.
I mean, the whole time in character.
It's true. And then one time you spoke Abyssal, and Kevin didn't realize how much of a alarm that should have been at the time.
that's the best part.
We
about
like
it.
found some hellhounds, and he just like said words to them, and
It was worse than that, actually. There was this guy. I was talking to the Scribbler.
Oh god.
Who was in charge of the Hellhounds,
Gotcha.
and he was a servant of Lavash too.
A young boy walks up to you as you're on the street. Excuse me. My sister is back at home. She's not feeling so good. I don't know if you guys had any money that you could spare.
Do I look at him? Can I? Is he BSing?
You can insight.
Do you know some asshole named Zeke?
24.
Seems to be genuine.
Heisel just gets.
It's okay. It's fine.
Give
I'm
Kid.
sure we'll
two
find
silver.
something else.
Where's your sister?
I give him 2 silver.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Walks off.
It's dangerous to give them gold because they can make you a target.
Damn
Do I see where he goes? Can I like
Yeah.
track him? Does he?
Are you following him?
She thinks about it and then.
Are you following him because you know Zeke visited these people, or are you following
We don't know
him
what
because you don't trust children?
Or are you following him because you haven't cooked your supper yet?
Yeah, it might be an alone child.
Or are you
Not
following-
following him. She's not
It's a
following.
Are you
Range
not
child.
following him? Because
Because we'd be suspicious of your child eating tendencies if you did.
Organic pasture-raised child.
free range.
Streets banned to a free range.
There's been a real shortage of the free range kids lately. There's something's happened on the west side.
Right.
So Faisal turns to Zeke and says, You're a responsible one.
How do you know where Zeke is?
Yeah.
I meant to say Reese.
How did she
Alright.
find me?
He was
Her
the
perception
child.
is so good.
Turns to Zeke in a cardinal direction. Cast a message. Well, squats down because there's like a guy on the second floor of the building, so she squats down and
Just like through his legs.
yeah, How do you know? What is happening? I'm killing the witch.
Zeke's worst nightmare, just walking down the street and something Hazel just whispers in. Hey, what's up?
What's that, Bill? You have street smarts?
Yeah.
She has that, but one more.
She has air smarts.
Alright, anyway. You turn to Reese. Hopefully.
I turn to Reese and I say,
Zeke's behind you.
I'm now imagining him
Kill the witch.
them in an aisle. Zeke comes around the corner, sees them, and goes.
That is exactly what would happen. She turns to Reese. I step out of an alley.
Right behind
And
her.
then just back.
And Reese sees it, she doesn't say anything.
Anyways, derailing.
Yeah.
Something about you're cool and responsible. That's what I was going for. How old are you, Reese?
It's a good question. I was actually just thinking about earlier in the session. It says 26 on my character sheet, but I think that's a little younger than I probably really am.
That's how old you tell people you are.
26. Yeah, no, probably about 28.
Yeah. Okay.
That 2 years makes a big difference.
It does.
It does.
As a current 28-year-old, I can tell you.
You guys chat. Did you want to do anything specific on your way back to the inn, or?
My tasks are done. Personally.
So you get back to the inn. It's starting to get a little late, probably around dinner time. But Zeke, you're probably not back just yet.
I thought you'd be the first one back.
I thought so too. But I don't know how far I would have to walk.
I kind of
Well, it's
imagine
not-
that there was that you just like you walked for a while and then you chatted for a while. Like there's maybe a little more chatting and hanging out at
Yeah.
That's right.
the warehouse.
But it was on the way, Caleb.
It was on the way.
Mechanically.
I know the city.
I'm telling you, it's on the way.
I lived there. You made it up, but I lived there.
Reese, as you get back, you realize that your
Oh my god, I left the doll at the blacksmith's.
You lost your coin purse.
your coin purse
Yep.
is indeed missing.
My boys.
Yep.
How much money did you have on you?
23 gold, 5 additional silver, and 10 copper. I'm really glad about the axes first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Save myself 20 gold, you little dipshits. I'm coming for you now.
With battle axes.
I don't
Rusty
care if
ones.
I can only swing one-handed turn. I'm using them both. This left one is decorative.
This is my barbarian focus. It just helps me cast rage.
Oh.
Wow, he got out a 24 insight check. It's a good little liar.
Must have been a genius.
Sure is.
And I didn't even see him with a passive 20.
Nope.
Wow.
Zeke, as you head back to the inn.
You see a monogrammed coin purse.
You
I
see,
recognize this.
What, 23 gold? Wait,
What?
this is specifically what Reese writes on his back.
Property of
This
Paul
is
set.
like-
Crossed out.
This is 2 battle axes
Reese.
light though.
Couldn't be his.
how much money are you carrying?
I have 53 gold on me. Yes.
Still a
So much money.
I gave away the 60. Like I said, I have not touched my gold. The 60 was entirely the gold from the sarcophagus that we sold to. Yeah. That I sold to Clock Daughter. She paid me.
Clock
Love it.
Here's me. I got that money and I was like, immediately when I got that money, while nobody else basically was around, I was like, this is going straight to my kids. No one will ever know.
As he flips a coin.
Suddenly you realize that there's someone walking next to you. You didn't hear them approach, but you just hear them. Wow, you came into some real money, Zeke.
I assume without looking, I recognize the voice.
Yeah, he opens it and you recognize Genie just sort of like fishing through your coin purse that
I
he's
will
holding.
basically, as he does that, I will basically just scruff him and put him up onto my shoulders.
And as you do, once you let him go, he just kind of drops your coin purse back in your hand for you.
You have gotten better, which is horrifying.
I've had to be competing. You know, people Snout and Sherlock and even Hina. They're all saying that they can. The three of them can out thieve me. But
All three together
all three together.
against just you.
Yeah. I mean, not even fair, is it?
What's the record? Are you doing day by day, or are you doing total sum?
Oh, day by day. It keeps it interesting, you know. If we did total sum, they'd never catch up. But, you know, some people just walk around here with, like, over 20 gold in their purse.
I'm like,
Big guys, too. They think that since they're just so big, I guess, that they can take care of it. They don't even notice me.
what kind of big guy?
I don't know. Big guy, couple really big axes.
I don't know.
Reese got little small hand.
My
The
God.
only guy I know wields that. You didn't happen.
Seemed pretty focused on his hand axes and his, I don't know, some lady with him.
Alright, humor me for a second here, alright, Jeannie. Was it the creepiest lady you've ever, like, out of one of those fairy tales about ladies that eats children and...
Oh, Zeke, I know those aren't real. I'm too old for that kind of nonsense. She ain't gonna eat me if she catches me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to discourage you, you're on a roll. But, like, let's theoretically say that she had mushrooms on her hat.
Oh yeah, you saw her?
Oh, no.
Cursed.
Alright. Jeannie, how much is in there? I'm sure you counted already.
Yeah, it's about 21 gold.
Alright.
You can insight if you want.
Technically not allowed.
I feel like
Just
I know.
rounding down,
I'll insight.
to
but
21. Rounding down to 21.
I'm using the inspiration from earlier, hence why I doubled.
Sure.
Alright, let's see if my boy outplayed me as well. It's a 19.
You don't catch any hint of deception,
Alright.
but you do know, like, you know who he is.
So knowing him, I'm not assuming he's lying here, but
He seems
I'm assuming that he is very good at dancing with the truth. Well, I'm sure there's 21 gold in there right now. If there was more or less, who's to say? Am I right? Unfortunately, I know that big guy,
Oh.
and he might be around later when I come visit you guys again. So I probably should give him back that pouch.
So I shouldn't have told you, and because now you just have to lie to him, I guess, right? You just.
Well,
I mean, Zeke, I got it fair and square. That's how it works. I got it. If they don't notice me, then I get to keep it.
you did. What are we gonna do if I bring him around later and he sees you? He gonna recognize you?
Well, I wasn't sure where he was holding his bag, so I had to do the thing where I tell him that my sister is sick, and then they give me a little bit, but then I know where their coin purse is, and so then I can grab the rest of it. So
Brilliant.
he might recognize me.
You think you could take him in a fight?
I think I could get away.
What if I brought him back to our place, though?
Could. Is it worth 21 gold?
You just hear heavy footfalls. Get back here, kid!
Action surge, I run faster.
Run more!
Yeah. Fine. I gotta get back to work then. He holds the bag out and sort of drapes it down into your hand.
Listen. I fish out. Alright, look, this is not a fair trade, but it's a trade we're gonna make with whatever else you scraped off the top, and I'll.
You're gonna bring him back to the warehouse?
Maybe. We'll see.
Alright, he drops 2 more gold in your hand.
And with that from my pouch, I'll pull out 3 and flip them up one at a time to him.
Nah, I appreciate it, Zeke. Gotta earn my own way, and with that he hops off your shoulders and is gone.
I love it.
If you're looking for a job, go to the Trolls Call Al.
After that, I hold my bag. I put it back.
Oh.
I hold Reese's. I throw it up in the air and catch it. I'm so proud.
Once again, you have something no one else knows you have.
This just keeps happening. All of the money in the party,
All the coins
gets
somehow.
funneled to Zeke.
Which thematically
Makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Man, you came into my city with my boys and girls.
You actually sent a letter ahead of us. So there's these big fish coming to town.
And they are oafish. They will not notice. You see a guy in metal armor, take anything shiny from him. Trust me, it's valuable.
just avoid the lady in the mushroom hat.
Yeah.
I'm about just right there, alright?
You get back. Hey, where'd my armor go?
My sister sings that. I know this trick.
The lightning will divine the truth.
Just like the surgeon told me.
Yeah, I mean, she lied. I don't know what to say.
My gun gets replaced with a stick.
Oh,
and
I
get
was,
everything to
I
the
was
gun.
so hoping somebody was gonna get me.
I was like, as long as you guys split up, I can make it happen. If you're together,
They'll recognize
Yeah.
me and I'll recognize them. Yeah.
you split up.
Beautiful.
And I looked at him.
With that, Zeke, you get back to the inn, and we'll wrap up the session with you all enjoying dinner, some beer, maybe maybe some real beer for you after dinner.
Don't worry, Reese. I got the bill for you.
Thanks.
What happened to him?
Look at these sweet axes I got. I spent literally all of my gold on it.
You even gave him the
You
coin purse,
spent
right?
all of it? Holy smokes.
No, I'm just kidding. I got robbed.
Oh, did you overspend on the axes?
Oh man, he was driving a hard bargain.
Swindled. It was a weirdly specific amount, though.
Anything you all would like to do over dinner before we pack it in, or I guess you might head back
Everybody dibs your member of the Battle Axe family. Rusty, Pierce, Dull, Bow, and Axel. Bow, Hammer, Unarmed, Axe, and Club in that order.
Is there
I'm just
any...
kidding.
Probably Pike or Pierce. Or
If you want to do more stuff tonight, then we'll just start that next session.
Let's start it next session, because what I would want to...
With Pearson, too.
I certainly would want to leave at some point.
Sure.
But I don't know if there would be an opportunity for me to talk to anybody outside of the ears of high
Okay.
school.
Yeah, so we'll
Just vibing, hanging out.
We'll-
I know.
Hanging out with the boys.
we'll have the hot and exciting start next time of you all eating dinner.
Yeah.
Next time on
That is how most of our sessions begin.
Mihraen.
True.
It's true.
Not most of them.
Like-
I have canonical evidence that's not true.
You have
Oh, I
spreadsheets.
see.
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna say.
literal.
I was gonna say.
6 years.
We have spreadsheets that say it is true.
6 years.
All right. I've been gotten. All right. We will see y'all next time.
Adios.
Bye.